Bill Kings Fantasy Football League. It's your boy Tony D. We up in here. We got 5-man Rich in the building. We got the original co-host Brian is in the building. We got a special guest, Michael Bathurst, one of the original live streamers I've ever live streamed with. The most is in the house. Gentlemen, thank you all for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness. These two jokers been going off backstage. Y'all been missing it.
Just a discussion. So that's all I want is a discussion. It's get the alerts. You too.
Yeah, you're getting them. I'm checking mine too.
Yeah. And we're on Twitch.
Rich is on. I'm on there. Let me see where else I'm at. I got to share this out. Gentlemen, thoughts on last week? Go for yours. I know we'll be here for a minute. Actually, I don't. I'm actually trying to remember everything now, but let me throw this out there to everybody. Hope the audios. That must be Rich or Mike. His mic is new.
Yep.
I know we'll be here for a minute.
I hear echoing.
He's looking like he's in the cockpit of the space shuttle. I don't know what's going on.
He's trying to figure out the echo. He's getting rid of it.
No, it echoes me. I got it up on a couple machines here.
Cool.
I actually have notes from last week.
Go for it. Go
Yeah.
for it.
Bills last week, most points in the first half in 30 years against Miami. The big thing on last week's game, 2 interceptions, the takeaways. Bills were monstrous against Miami, and everybody leading up to the Miami game thought Miami was going to whack them because of 70. Just what you did the week before doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to transpire in the following week and stuff. And that's pretty much the case with the Bills, because this week they're in the second quarter by now. They're having a handle with Jaguars over there in England. So football is being great for the viewers.
Yeah, I mean, I started the Bills in a couple of my leagues, and yeah,
It's going to be interesting to see if they're as inconsistent as they have been in the past. Because they look like they're on fire right now. And, the first game they got duped. The Jets got them. We're talking about Buffalo right now, for those who don't know. But I love Josh. Josh Allen is the man. And I think he has been strictly told to hit the pavement. We can't afford to lose you, because once he's gone, they're done.
Mm-hmm.
They're very one-dimensional. It's not like they have somebody in the wings that could do half as good a job. He is. So? Go ahead.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so at all. I think there are so many teams that are in the league right now where if they lose their quarterback, they're done.
Agreed.
So the Jets are done.
I think that's a weird thing, and I'll tell you, if we're going to go to the Jets thing, I think with Zach, having Aaron there is going to help him. Aaron's going to help keep him stay focused, and have him basically. I think Aaron in the background is going to tell him what to do, and he's just going to be the puppet,
master and apprentice.
I think that's for the short term. I agree with you, Mike. Long term, I don't think that's going to float with the Jets. Because as you get in the second half is a whole different ball game and stuff.
I think what we got is Aaron Rodgers coaching them, and I see Aaron Rodgers being reserved for the playoffs. That's fine. I actually agree with Mike on what he was saying. I was thinking that in the very beginning.
People don't realize how spiritual that, and I'm going to bring a spiritual element here, by the way, for those who know me.
That's what you do.
But Aaron is into a lot of the stuff I'm into, and he believes.
Just a real quick note, we got Bernie from Australia in the chat, and Nancy.
Bernie, sending you love, man.
Bernie. Is in the house. Appreciate you coming through, man. We got Nancy in the house. Thank you for being here.
But
Nancy. I agree.
Yeah, but Zach is affecting more than, if he's aligned, he can be a great leader.
Right.
Like he has the tools. He just doesn't have the focus.
Right.
He's got a great arm. He can scramble. We've seen him do that. Problem is, I think the stress, and it's so easy for us to be here going, oh, it's not a big deal. Try to have the whole audience screaming at you, calling you everything that you should never hear in your entire life in the background. What do you think, Rich?
As far as what, Zach? I think I just said short term. I think he's going to do all right with Aaron, but long term, I don't think the Jets right now. Next couple games will tell.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we all have our aspirations and thoughts on who's going to win be in the Super Bowl but mid-season. Anybody who's watched football for a number of years, things can change at the mid-season. I look at Cincinnati. They started last year. They were in the crapper. Halfway through, they turned it around, and they're off to the Super Bowl. Even though they didn't win it, they were able to turn around. Will the Jets do that? I don't know. I just saying that. What pops in my head, Tony's comments on before the season even started. Have you seen that schedule? And that schedule is tough. And that's a factor you got to look at too for the long term. They have a rough schedule as far as do they have the tools? Yes, they do have the tools. They proved that beating the Bills. But I think long term, just like Miami's got the tools. Look at they put up 70 points. But that's not going to be a consistency. You look at what team is consistent throughout. San Francisco has been consistent so far. Philadelphia has been consistent, even though they've been stumbling a little bit. Even Kansas City with their woes. Buffalo Bills, what am I seeing this morning? If they lose this game, that's going to make me think, well, are they going to be there for the long term? So there's always an updated way of looking at it each week and stuff like that. So, but I'm loving it. The football play is great across the frickin' board.
Yeah. In England, though, right? That's where they're playing. The Bills is playing.
Yes.
Okay. There's distractions, guys. Like they have females, they have girlfriends, they have wives. They go to these events. These are the few events that the wives want to go to. And they're not focused the way they're usually focused.
Awkward
They're
Turtle,
not.
what's going on? I don't even know who Awkward Turtle is. Appreciate you coming through. I agree with y'all. I agree with you. I ain't got no debate, honestly. I have no debate. Last week's games, any highlights we need to worry about? Anything anybody saw interesting?
I think anybody from Texas should be really analyzed. That's what I think. I don't think you should ever underestimate anybody from Texas. I think there's something in the water. I think it's all that heat. They get agitated. Sometimes they're calm, sometimes they're wild. I think
humidity, but now the weather's getting better.
It's getting better. Tell us about getting better. What's a better weather day there?
Well, currently right now, I mean, like yesterday it was cloudy, but it was very breezy, like low 70s, probably low 60s and high 70s, right in between there. I mean, currently right now on my computer, it's telling me like right now it's outside, it's 60 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny, and it's perfect. It's like fall weather finally.
So I have a question for you. You're a professional football player. You're in England. You've brought a couple of the women that you love down to England. You've been partying all night. You're having fun. Are you maybe as focused as you would have been? Or you've got your wife who wants to see all the attractions and everything, and you've been there for a week. Are you going to be the same guy that you are in your hometown? Probably not. Or they say a lot of players play better on the road because there's less distractions. They've actually proven it.
I mean, less distractions because you're less distracted because I think you're limited on what you can and cannot do on the road. So,
Nancy says,
yeah, Nancy's right.
Yeah, jet lag. I mean, I could speak wholeheartedly because I've been to London, and like flying from Houston to London was a 9.5 hour nonstop flight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, because I mean, it's like I left Houston, I think it was like a little after 4:00, and then by the time I landed in London, it was like a little after 7:30 in the morning. So that whole, jumping forward, that does play a factor, yeah.
But I think they get excited to go there, and not necessarily to play the game.
It's an experience, yeah. I agree.
Yeah, if all of us, let's say we're young and single, all of us right here, and we're on a football team, and we go down to England, what are we doing? Are we worrying about the game, or are we worrying about the football bunnies? What are we worried about? I know Tony probably wouldn't even be able to get up the next morning. Oh God, where am I?
Depends on what I drink. Let's see what we got here. Adam Liver says James Conner, Derrick Henry, or Swift Superflex PPR. Should I start all three over Goff and Stafford?
Mm.
Over Goff and Stafford? No.
No.
You got Josh Allen already. Over Stafford and Goff? I wouldn't. Out of those three, I would add Derrick Henry with Goff and Stafford, and you got Josh Allen. I would add Derrick Henry. You got a super flex, which tells me you may have more than you got all the positions available for your flex. Derrick Henry or DeAndre Swift. I would take James Conner out of that equation.
Well,
I appreciate you coming through, Adam.
If
I'll go ahead.
you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, share. You know, even though you see Tony on a million different platforms,
I'm all over the place. That's my link tree. I'm all over the place. Damn it.
you know, some say he lacks focus.
Mm-mm.
I mean, right now, Cincinnati is kind of they're okay right now, but I mean, on against the run, they're 22nd in the run. I mean, the Cincinnati's defense is 22nd against the run. So James Conner will have a really good day.
Yeah. That's a good point, Brian. Good point.
Yeah, I mean,
I got Jason talking in the background. I'm sorry, y'all. Hey, Sadie, thank you for coming through, lady. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and get this ball rolling. Appreciate y'all holding it down for me while I was getting everything situated in the background. Let's see what we got here. Week 5.
The London Bunnies
Predictions.
I do miss
Let's see what we got
Bunnies.
here. No, we're not going to do that.
You start with the receivers, Tony?
I want to start with the quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks. Oh,
I don't know how they got it set
changing it up. All right.
Yeah. Let's go with. Look like they start with the flexes. See, they're changing it up all the time.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
And I was trying to go with it, so we'll just start with
quarterbacks.
Stats and trends.
You know, the
ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know, all of this information is coming from NFL.com. These are their predictions for players that you should put in your fantasy roster. Cheapest creepers. Sorry, we're going to start with the flexes. They got it all switched up.
Creepers.
They got it all switched up. Flex rankings. Christian McCaffrey is a given. Justin Jefferson is a given. Tyreek Hill is a given. Stephon Diggs is a given. A.J. Brown, I'm not mad. Jamar Chase, I'm not mad. Amon-Ra St. Brown, you must have him on your roster. Travis Kelce, I wish.
Yeah, he's listed as doubtful right now, so I got him benched.
I see that. Travis Kelce, if you don't have him on your roster, that's because you missed him in the first place. Period. Devontae Adams, you got to have him. Josh Jacobs, you got to have him. Bijan Robinson, rookie running back, Atlanta Falcons. He is doing the damn thing. Let me be clear.
Yes, he is.
He is doing the damn thing.
You imagine him though on a better team.
Well, he's on a team where he can maximize still. He's doing what I thought Najee Harris was going to do for the Steelers. He just hasn't done it yet.
But you imagine if he was with like the 49ers. Let's say he had gone second round or something.
Say he would have went to the damn Lions this season. That would have been a bananas.
Ooh, yeah, Lions. Yeah,
that went to Detroit. He would have been bananas. If he went to the Bills, he would have been bananas.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley is a player I cannot draft for some reason. Actually, I'll tell you the reason, because he stays hurt.
He's always hurt.
He's injury prone.
He's always hurt. Derrick Henry is a given.
Coleman.
Is he here? Did Coleman make it?
Coleman. How's it going? Coleman with a cup of coffee.
Coleman is in the house. How you doing? She said, I thought it was music. Oh, for God's sakes. Goodness gracious. How you doing, lady? Tony Pollard, you must have him.
Yes.
I always have him as one of my top running backs right now. I will have him. Right along with his teammate, CeeDee Lamb, two of my favorite players in the NFL right now. The both of them. Puka Nacua is coming up. Big ups to him. Michael Pittman Jr., given. Devontae Smith, given. Chris Olave, or Olave, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, and I apologize.
Olave,
thank you. I'll give him his credit. You got Deebo Samuel. I had him a couple of years ago. when he was with the 49ers. I believe he's still there. That brother is no joke. Do not sleep on Deebo Samuel as a player, ladies and gentlemen. Do not sleep on him. You must have him on your roster. I don't care what his numbers look like. Trust me, you want him on your roster. Cooper Kupp, given. Kyron Williams, I got to look him up. David Montgomery did good 2 weeks ago, I believe it was.
Last week, 3 TDs.
Thank you. He had
3 TDs.
He had an excellent game. Devon Ashane, we were asked about, and I believe he did good last week. Somebody verify that, please.
He did 2 touchdowns and over 100 yards last week.
Thank you very much.
Against
Brian
the Bills.
Robinson Jr., I have nothing on this guy. Anybody got anything on him?
No.
I do not have anything on him. Terry McLaurin, he's on a bad team.
Yeah, basically.
He's on the Commanders. He's struggling while he's on the Commanders, but that's a player. I'm not going to disrespect him. He just doesn't have any numbers. Calvin Ridley, former Falcons wide receiver. I believe he is with
Jacksonville.
Yeah, he's with Jacksonville.
Yeah.
He should be coming up real soon. Calvin, do me a favor. Stop getting caught gambling, for the love of God. Brandon Ayuk, you must have him on your roster. He broke out in the Super Bowl when he was with the 49ers. People might have missed a couple of moves he had that season. You must have him on your roster. I will say that easily. Nico Collins, I have no debate against him. James Conner, I have no debate against him. James Cook, I have no debate against him. Mark Andrews, tight end number 2, tight end number 3 of the league. You want him on your roster.
It's like Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, and then George Kittle. They're like
Stop that.
Your top 3.
Travis Kelce, George Kittle tied for number 1. Mark Andrews is right there behind him. And you know what? I understand what you're saying by the numbers and by their position, but let's go for endurance over their career. I can't put Andrews above Kittle yet. I cannot.
No. Kittle's is first.
No, I got Kelce first. I can't.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Kelce first.
I got Kelce
then
first.
Andrews, then Kittle.
If I could, did you hear Kelce was pretty pissed off? I guess. Well, excuse me, pretty mad, upset after last week's almost loss by the Kansas City Chiefs. I guess because of the players and stuff like that. I saw a couple articles on that. I wonder if this week it's going to be less of a distraction because I don't think Miss Swift is going to be there at the game.
I will tell you no, and I will tell you why, because they're going to keep talking about it any damn way.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree.
Yeah.
They're going to keep talking about it any damn way.
Tony, can I interject there for a second?
Absolutely.
Okay. What we're hearing is all these people that are purists that love football.
Sure.
But believe it or not, this is the best thing for football. You've got a new audience. There were 2 million young women watching the game.
We talked about that on Ted's show. That's exactly what I said.
And his Instagram went up over 1 million subscribers since then.
Bananas.
His brother's Instagram has gone through the roof.
Yep.
His mom now is a semi-celebrity.
Go for it. Keep going.
You need to go and sit with that woman at one of these games. Profess your love, Tony. Who? There you go. Mama Kelce.
You want me to profess my love to Travis Kelce?
Yeah. And run fast after.
Let me keep going. I won't let him interrupt. Jalen Waddle as a wide receiver, you want him on your roster. Garrett Wilson, he had 1 good game. He showed his potential. He's shown what he can do. We're just waiting for him to get the ball some more. DJ Moore, Brian.
Woo! He had 1 stellar game Thursday night.
Brian.
Yeah.
Team high, best high. Like he had a very stellar game Thursday night.
I told y'all that man is a beast.
Yeah,
we'll run through the rest of this. Definitely go through it for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen.
One of the guys on my ESPN league had Justin Fields and Moore benched.
Wow.
Tony,
yes, sir.
I have a prediction, and anybody who's here, I think Nico Collins is going to have a stellar year. It's going to be very steady.
You are on record for saying it.
And he's from Michigan, and that's all intuitive. I get such a good feeling with him that he is going to, about mid-season, start to rock.
Okay, we'll keep riding.
And he is also from Texas. No, he's not. But he plays
for the Texans.
Yeah.
Good
and anybody
Helen.
from Texas, hey, all my exes. Right?
All your exes. Lord
there
have
you
mercy.
go.
We're going to go with the wide receivers for week 5 in accordance with NFL.com's recommendations and predictions. Start them. Who did Michael Baffert just say, ladies and gentlemen?
Nico Collins.
Thank you very much. The man knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Your
No, it's
narrative
just
is,
intuitive. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm
I
just
don't
telling you, when
believe
I
it.
get a
I
good
don't believe
feeling on something,
Yeah.
I get a really good feeling with him.
Trust me, we don't only worry about what your feelings are. We worry about what you're feeling in
Do
the first
you know
place.
how many points he ended up getting in fantasy football? He was only projected before the gameplay at 9 points, which probably he got way above his average on last Thursday night's game.
He had a down game in week 3, and many started to worry. He responded with his biggest effort to date, catching 7 of 9 for 168,
Here it
2
is, 28
touchdowns, and
points.
35.8 fantasy points. There you go, right there.
35. So he had 28 in week 4. So he is progressing up.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Go
Nico Collins,
Houston.
ladies and gentlemen.
From,
Keep your
from
eyes
what
on
I've
him.
heard too, and the other things, is that he is a great leader.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's the future of the franchise, basically, what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so last week against Pittsburgh, 2 touchdowns, 168 yards. So fantasy points for that day was 35.8.
Wow.
There you go.
Monstrous.
There you go. I say get him. We got Brandon Ayuk against the Cowboys. They're recommending him. I just told you all about him from my own personal experience. Any questions? Your narrative is in play.
My fear with him is injury.
It says it right there at the very beginning, too, and I agree
Yeah.
with
It's so easy to get lost in that roster, right?
you.
Because
Absolutely.
there's so many incredibly gifted
They're
stars.
stacked. I 100% agree.
Right. And that's one of the things about Purdy, is that, they're always saying that he's not that great, and it's everything around him. But they are such a finely tuned machine. The only way I can't see them getting to the final is them getting in their own way. That they have all the pieces. Now
Well, here's the crazy part, Mike. They are the number 2 team behind the Eagles to me because they were in the championship game and didn't make it against the Eagles. The only reason they didn't make it is because they didn't have a quarterback that was healthy. So they could have beaten the Eagles. Don't get me
Yes.
wrong. The Eagles should not have beaten them that bad. And I'll be honest about it. There's no way the Eagles should have beaten them that bad. It was all because of the quarterback issue. Let them have the quarterbacks this week. This season.
But Tony, you know what the
Yes.
problem is? None of
Well-
these teams have really good backups.
San Francisco went through 3 quarterbacks.
Oh, I know, that was ridiculous.
Your standard roster has 3 quarterbacks. So
Yeah.
they were down to the reserves and damn near pulling up whoever was in the training camps and everything. The Eagles had everybody.
But
This
if you-
season, the Eagles have lost a lot of the previous players, is what I was
Yeah.
told. And I think they're going to see an injury situation soon. No disrespect, and knock on wood, I hope you don't. Let the 49ers and the Eagles get to the NFC Championship again this year. All eyes will be on that game.
Yeah, but the 49ers are they're another league. Like I
Yeah.
think there's like 5 teams. You guys probably agree. There's 5 teams that are insanely more stacked than the others, and then there's a bunch in the middle that could win any week, and it's a lot of young talent, and it's going to come down to injuries. But the sad truth is, if you lose, here's an example. Okay, if you look at Patrick Mahomes, like if he is injured again, they're done.
Who's their backup will be my question.
Well, I know who their backup is.
Who's the backup? No, seriously, who's the backup?
Oh, I'd have to look it up, but
You
he's
just
not
told
great.
me you know. Make up my mind.
No,
Brian, who's the backup?
but he's not great. I saw him in preseason. He was okay.
Let me look and see what we got. Let's see the Chiefs players. We got Mahomes.
But you saw that's what the Jets did to themselves.
Chris Oladokin.
Yeah.
Don't know him.
And how many players looked really good, Rich, in the preseason? And then we got into the
preseason. I've already stated this. Preseason, as far as seeing the players that are playing now, the first string, that was very limited. Very, very limited. I've never seen that. At least I've seen in years past preseason, first string. That and I think that's what we're seeing. Most of these first stringers stumble a little bit because I think it's just the ownership does not want to get these players that have multi-million-dollar contracts hurt before the first game.
Yes.
And even then, that like what going back to what Michael was saying, the injury factor. I think it's what side of the coin it's going to happen on either side as far as that goes. And So I don't know. The Chiefs. We've seen some things with some backup quarterbacks that sometimes they're able to stay the. I think the Chiefs, if they had to go with a backup, I think they'd still be in contention. I don't think they'd be a Super Bowl caliber, but I think they'd still make it to the playoffs if they didn't have Mahomes, because they still have a stealth. Even the Jets, they could still make the playoffs. But they're in a tough division. Their division is a tough division right now, with Miami showing what they're capable of doing, and even still with Buffalo. Buffalo, just to let you know, before the half here, the 39 seconds at 11-7.
You know who else they have as a backup quarterback besides the guy named Blaine Gabbert?
Blaine Gabbert, that's who I'm looking at right now too.
I think
he's still around.
Mike,
he was fired last season after 5 years as primary backup to. So they brought him back out of retirement.
Yeah,
Blaine Gabbert got some experience.
I don't agree with Rich at all on this. By the way,
I think never going to agree with me. Never has. So that's okay.
No. Just
that's fine.
When you're right, I'll tell you. From my eyes, but that means nothing.
Okay. It's a good discussion.
I have no knowledge of the game in comparison to you, but I'm just telling you.
No, it's this guy and the guy over on your other side there. Those are the two guys, Michael. We're just a bunch of knuckleheads.
We're entertainment value. And God, are we entertaining? Okay,
hashtag wannabe analysts.
Yeah,
Brian, I think Blaine Gabbert would help them. Brandon Ayuk, yeah, I'm going with him. We got Christian Watson of the Packers. They recommended him against the Raiders. I've got no debate against this.
Man, I would take Tebow over Blaine Gabbert.
Really?
Let me pour my soda.
You take Tebow?
Pour my soda. Let's do it with Tim Tebow.
You guys have not brought up Cam at all. Why?
Not yet. We'll get to that. What I do is I run through the
Cam is he's dealing with that foolishness.
No,
Brian, no.
He's in the headlines like crazy, saying that he wants to go to the Jets.
He's demanding money, and they ain't gonna pay him.
Oh, I don't know.
What I saw was he wants to get paid $5.5 million. Teams don't want to pay him. That's what I read.
He's not worth that.
No, people don't want to deal with his annex. Like he's crazy.
And that's where Brian kicks in. Go ahead, Brian.
But he is not. He would not be the worst quarterback in the league. There's no way.
Not at all. Let's be clear. Not at all. He could still be worthy, but he can't do what he wants. He's got to follow the plays instead of doing what he wants to do. What he did at Carolina was a lot of what he wanted to do. It worked. Huh?
When was the last time he played, though?
He was in New England, 2 seasons ago?
That's a long time. So
actually, he went to Carolina too. I tell you that he was just his most recent point was in Carolina, I believe.
Yeah. Did he get injured in New England?
Don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I just know it didn't work. I know it didn't.
Blake Bortles is a decent replacement.
Brian, man, we talked about that. I said Blaine Gabbert and Blake Bortles.
Yeah.
I called both of them. I'm actually one of them need to go to the Jets right now. We'll carry that on later. DJ Moore, the Bears against the Commanders. I've got no debate against this. Anybody?
No.
I have no debate recommending DJ Moore as a wide receiver.
No, obviously not.
I think he's fragile, guys. Sorry.
Who, DJ Moore?
Yep.
Emotionally, I'll say that. He gets excited.
No, I don't mean that. I mean physically. He's getting up there in age. The body does. And the other, it's like, I know this is off topic, and we're going to go back because I want to hit Rich here for a sec. Kelsey is not what he was.
Kelsey's got some time under his belt. He's got some age and injuries.
He's coming into his 11th year. These guys have pains that you'll never imagine. They have arthritis and all kinds of other stuff.
Agreed.
And yes, you can ride on adrenaline and you can get okay for a while, but this is the first time he's been injured. I predict this year there will be a point where he is out and Mahomes is out at the same time. This is not going to be a good year.
I will agree with you on Mahomes going down because he's been fighting that high ankle sprain or a lower leg sprain one of them for the past 2-3 seasons. I agree with you on that. Let him and Kelsey go down. Kansas City's done.
But if you look at their roster, okay, and you put those players on any other team, a lot of these receivers that they have, they're like a third receiver on another team. They kind of cheapened out. They really need to spend some money and get another weapon. I don't know what the weapon is, but they need another weapon.
Okay, let me go ahead and throw this out there. Kansas City don't need no more damn weapons. They got plenty.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. The primary ones are the ones we used to see, and the others aren't being used.
Correct.
If you want
Explain.
to. Okay,
Explain.
everything goes to Kelsey, man, no matter what. How often do the running backs get their numbers? How often do the wide receivers get their numbers? Everything's pretty much Kelsey. Mahomes, Kelsey,
Yeah.
Mahomes, Kelsey, Mahomes, Kelsey. You don't even know much about anybody else on the Kansas City
But
Chiefs.
yeah, and then also too, and before that too, like when Tyreek Hill was there, it was just
Yes.
like Kelsey and Tyreek Hill. Every now and then you'll get Belair or
Juju.
Damian Williams.
Kareem Hunt, when he was
Yeah,
there.
when he was there.
Edwards Hilaire, he'll get in the end zone every now and
Yeah.
then. So they've got weapons. And Mike, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Kansas City was loaded last season, the season before, loaded with offense. Right now, Miami's loaded with offense. Everybody can't get the ball.
Yeah, but they're mid in defense. You know that.
In defense, yes, but they're high on offense.
And now the game is becoming more and more defensive. It's if you can hold the opponent off. Like we're seeing blowouts, yes, with some of the weaker teams. But it's like, the Dolphins thought they were going to come in and lambaste, Buffalo, and it didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
I
I knew it wasn't going to happen because you look at the players or the teams that they played prior, it doesn't equal to the first 3-4 games that the Jets played. So you got to look at that schedule. Like Tony said, the schedule means anything. You got teams that are up and down. Now, is that a significant accomplishment? 70 points? By God, yes, it is. That's phenomenal and stuff like that. It's things like that happen in football that we need to cherish because we're not going to see that for another long time unless we get just the caliber of play of the football nowadays.
Agreed. So that's the only debate I would have. These teams, the Cleveland Browns are loaded, and they are not even developing like they should be.
Yeah.
They should be.
They're struggling.
Championship contenders off the roster.
They should be. Even last year they should have been, but
they look like how the Raiders.
I think that goes more to what Michael's saying as far as as far as what he was saying there and stuff. So it's football, folks.
Yeah, it is football, and he's not wrong on what he's saying. But the only debate is who they got on their rosters. Every team is loaded. It's about spreading the ball out and then winning the game. Yes,
but Tony, the one secret weapon, and I'll give this to Rich. They have dynamite coaching.
Of course.
They have dynamite coaching. They
coaching
really do.
Coaching and play calling is what it comes down to with your roster. I agree.
But if you took Mahomes and put him on any team,
yes,
that team would have a chance.
You want to say hi to everybody?
No.
But you keep going. I know. I got you. See what I got to go through.
Yeah.
Daddy booties. I think DJ will be there, but DJ Moore has been showing a new energy to the Chicago Bears offense that I don't think a lot of people have seen in a while. I don't. I think he's going to be a new energy for them in the middle work, especially against the Commanders. But that Commanders defense is going to mess them up. Y'all got to remember they put the Eagles right down to the wire.
Well, I mean, Washington Commanders, though. I mean, they're good. There's going to be a positive upside. I mean, because you have Eric Bieniemy as their OC now. So, Eric Bieniemy did very, very well with Kansas City. So,
we got Nathan H. Z Flowers. This is all you, Brian.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's all you right there.
Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers.
Yeah, they're going against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's abysmal right now.
Nathan, I appreciate you for coming through. Brian was talking to me about Zay Flowers, I think 2 weeks ago. Christian Watson, he's got a lot of support from the fan base that I've met as well. I think I tend to go with Zay Flowers as well, personally. Coming through.
Zay Flowers is another one that has a high probability of getting hurt.
Anybody that's playing a lot's going to, honestly. He's also on the Ravens, I believe.
He's on the Ravens, yeah.
Yes,
because on the first game against the Texans, Zay Flowers made his name that day.
Exactly.
Okay, he's projected for about 8 points for that's what his fantasy football projection is right now.
It's because Lamar Jackson gonna be running all over the place.
But his average is 6, so it's a couple points above. So what did he do last week? Last week he only did 5 points. So he's been averaging about 6 to 5 points.
Gotcha. If you need deeper options at wide receiver, Adam Thielen has seen at least 8 targets in 3 straight games. Adam Thielen is another one who's up there in age, but I still would recommend having him on your roster personally.
Yeah,
I would.
Now, you guys have not brought up Lamar Jackson at
We
all.
haven't got the quarterback shit. Hold on.
We're
No,
just
no.
doing receivers, Michael.
Yeah, we just on receivers. Just on receivers.
We only have an hour, though.
No, we can go longer after the golden hour.
You go longer. You're going to be here for the duration,
I'm
Michael.
about to get on him.
We love having you, Michael.
I'm about to get on him. There's your narrative for deeper options, ladies and gentlemen. Wide receivers that you should sit this week. They say sit Drake London against the Houston Texans. From what I'm understanding, the Houston Texans have a great defense. Brian, this is all you. Go for it.
Yeah, under the helm of D'Amico Ryans, former Alabama linebacker, very defensive minded. He was a linebackers coach in San Francisco, and then became the defensive coordinator for San Francisco. And now he is given the opportunity to come back full circle, back home to Houston. And with his coaching staff and everything, they are doing good because they're under the swarm mentality. Like
That
they're
is the most articulate thing I've ever heard from your lips, my friend.
Thank you.
There's your narrative. I can't debate it right now. I actually almost want to, but I can't because I'm thinking some of the things Texas has been doing, and they're starting to build up. Atlanta, I need y'all to work on it. They say sit Cortland Sutton of the Broncos against the Jets. Now with that Jets defense, I cannot debate this, but. No, there's no buts. With the Jets defense, I can't debate this. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
Let's see. I'm going with Denver, so I don't know if he's the only receiver I have. I'm trying to look up his.
Cortland Sutton is a good wide receiver, but like I said, it's that Jets defense I would be worried about.
Yeah. That is a factor as far as that goes, Tony. I agree.
Yeah, that's just pretty.
But Tony, in the last couple of weeks,
yes,
they have not been rated as high as they were.
Who, the Jets defense?
The Jets defense.
But look who they were up against last week. They had to face the Chiefs.
Yeah, that was one of those games that was worth watching.
And before that, they had to face the Cowboys, if I'm correct.
And then also to Tony's point, a lot of people wrote the Jets off against Kansas City, and they wrote the Jets off against Dallas.
And they wrote the Jets off when Aaron Rodgers went down.
Yeah. So for the Jets sticking it to Dallas, and then for the Jets to stick it to Kansas City, yeah, that the Jets defense, they got a great defense.
But Tony,
yes, sir.
I don't think that the Jets would have done much better with Aaron in that game.
I think they would have scored maybe. I think they probably would have took it to overtime. The Jets scored 20 points without Aaron Rodgers against the Chiefs. Nobody saw the Jets getting 20 points.
Here's the thing, though. If you have Aaron Rodgers there, you have everybody on high alert.
If you got Aaron Rodgers,
right? You're going to have a different team.
And I think, your team feels more energized behind him than they do with Zach Wilson. Now,
I'm talking about the opponent.
The opponent, they'll be on high alert.
Because you're amongst NFL royalty right there, and
I also think the Kansas City Chiefs defense would have had more of an issue with Aaron Rodgers at QB than they did with Zach Wilson. I think they would have.
See, I think he would have been destined to be hurt anyways. Even if it had. Go ahead.
But Cortland Sutton, I'd say sit him because it looks like his projected points are a little bit lower than he's usually averaging about 8. They got him at 6 or 7. So I'd say sit him. And like Tony said, the defense, I think that's going to be a factor for any receiver.
And then also, too, Russell Wilson, to me, I think, in my opinion, even though he still has fuel left in the tank, but he's steadily declining.
He's up there in age.
Well,
Brian, can I address that for a sec?
Sure.
Okay. He has looked better this year than he has in the past. He looks more fit. He can actually run away now. There is so much internal bullshit, BS. Sorry, I don't know if I can say that.
You're fine. Go. You're fine.
That it's not a healthy environment there. It just isn't.
Which one are you talking about? Russell Wilson?
Yes. Yeah, Russell Wilson.
Okay, so with that being said, Michael, I got to make it a point. A lot of people don't realize, unless you got down into the depths of what's going on, Russell Wilson it's not about the team. Russell Wilson lost his lifetime mentor last year, which I think had a major effect on his playing ability last year, as far as and that's the aspect. I think putting all the other stuff aside, I think that was the one factor I think he's playing better this year. We're always going to have that internal, but I just had to mention that. A lot of people don't realize. They say, "Oh, he's a bum," and no, you look at what's driving the person, the caliber that he plays at, and then you lose your lifetime mentor.
Lifetime member. You said that.
Lifetime mentor. That
Tony,
really
Tony,
loved
stop
him.
talking about your member. Come on.
So that was a lot of people don't realize that. They just arbitrarily go off on the cuff. Oh, it's this and that. I think and we've all suffered deaths in our lifetimes and stuff like that.
That's a good point. I did not know that.
Yeah,
I did.
That's a fair point. I did not know that.
Yeah. But the thing is, if you don't have
Cheers,
good
Rich.
chemistry with the coaching, right? And if you don't have mutual respect for each other, it spills into the locker room.
Well, that's where you're getting on the Peyton, the coach there. There's
right. And he's a tyrant. He's like Tony. Hi, Tony. How you doing there, buddy? How you doing? There you go.
I'm not tired. All right. That's not you guys.
Just waking you up.
Jordan Addison of the Vikings against the Chiefs. I don't necessarily have a problem with this.
Yeah.
I don't.
Go.
Depends on what Cousins going to do.
Yeah, pretty much. Nobody, huh?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think he's going to have a good year.
Oh, yeah. Well, he is coming on first game of the year. But
projected points is only at 6 for this guy. So it really depends on I think Tony said this before. You got a receiver out there. What's the quarterback? Quarterback's got to get the ball to him.
Yeah, well, he's got the skills to pay the bills. He does.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think he is, again, going to be one of those people that will mid-season do very well. And
his stats aren't showing that, Michael. He's under last week he had 0 receiving yardage. The first 2 weeks, first 2 or 3 weeks he had like just barely 41.
I mean, if Minnesota studied the tape of last week against the Jets in Kansas City, I would say roll the dice with Addison. Go for it. Start him.
Really? Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I'll roll the dice. Because think about it. Nobody thought the Jets offense will put that much points against the defense. So if they study that tape, not go deep, go slant, keep it post pattern, whatever, keep it simple. I think Jordan Addison will break out. And
he is.
Kirk Cousins. I mean, if he just sticks to that, just stick to the simplest stuff. Don't go deep because Kansas City apparently they're stingy on the deep ball. But if you just keep it short and simple. Yeah, I roll the dice on Jordan. Go for it. Start him.
I understand rolling the dice. I think I might sit him, depending on who else I got on my roster. Tyler Boyd of the Bengals, sit him against the Cardinals. Okay,
yeah. According to Bleacher Report,
Yes.
Burrow's not 100%, so Tyler Boyd's just kind of in case of emergency.
He's got low fantasy projection too.
And plus there's like a lot of wide receiver drama right now because involving Joe Burrow because Jamar Chase is frustrated with Burrow.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that story too.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be playing.
And then T. Higgins is out, so Tyler Boyd may start. Yeah,
who's gonna be man?
But
roll the dice.
But they don't have a quarterback again. If they've got one that can't plant his foot. And he can show he can't plant his foot right now. And he's not agile and being able to get out of the pocket like he usually does. He's not justifying being the highest paid player in the league right now. He just isn't. Do you even know who I'm talking about?
Yes, I'm trying to see who the backup is.
And here's the thing. You got to look at the whole season. And he would be better off to take 6 weeks off. Even if they lose and fully heal, because they need him now, yes, but they need him more later. And if they can find a way,
I got the later part. Yeah, that's what the question. The later part I got.
Protect your investment.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They're saving everybody for the
Yeah,
playoffs.
but would Burrows want to do that? He wants to play, I guess. It's just like these guys. You try and sit them, and they're just going to try and fight it and stuff.
Well, it's
I
like
mean,
Patrick Mahomes. He could
Yeah,
come out. He could come out in a goddamn wheelchair and think
yeah,
he can
some of
do
these
it.
players, I mean, they're taking them out after they get in the blue tent. They're kicking their. I mean, the last several weeks, some of these linemen and stuff, they're just fighting to stay out there. They said, go.
Yeah, it's like back in I think it was like the late 80s or the 90s, where that one player apparently dislocated his finger. And they're like, no, we got to take care of that. And he said, screw it. He wanted to play so bad that he amputated his finger.
There you go.
Jake Browning is the backup quarterback. I have no idea who that is.
Yeah.
No idea.
But Tony, we were talking. I just want to. I'm going to do a prediction here, and you have it on tape.
Go for it.
I don't know what individual said that Jordan Addison is not. I think he is going to be one of the key players in the league in the next 2 to 3 years. And I think he's an exceptional talent. He might even end up being traded. He is such a hidden asset.
Will be traded because I think he's behind Alexander Madison. Mind you, Dalvin Cook was the number one receiver. Then there was Madison. Then there was Addison. So now there's just two of them primarily. I could see one of them getting traded going somewhere else. I don't know who. I don't know when.
And I know you don't want to talk about quarterbacks, but
no, I do. We just haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten there yet.
Well, that'll be next week. But Kirk Cousins, right? The reason we're having problems. Okay, if you look at his stats, they should not be losing.
No, they shouldn't. They did good last season.
Their defense is a joke.
They were great last season. The Vikings did far last season.
You and I were great last season, but time is mean.
Their schedule has thrown everything off, which we'll talk about that next week. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your wide receivers.
What do you think, Rich? Rich, come on.
On what are you talking about?
Wide receivers, week 5.
Willis, what are you talking about?
This dude's too much, but we wanted him here. We did.
Just so you all know, the Bills and they start in the second half here.
Thank you, sir.
The Bills are going to come back. What do you think, Texas? Earth to Brian.
No, I mean, like they need to come back because
I want you to predict something here.
I think the Bills might have a chance to win it. They're always the second half, but
I think they might win by 3.
They were receiving the ball in the second half. They're punting, and now it's Jaguars' ball. It's 11-7 still. 13-34 in the third quarter.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your wide receiver predictions of week 5 and of course NFL.com for the 2023 season. We are now going to start with running backs. Recommendations for this week. This ought to be interesting. Here we go. Devon Shane.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
Yes. Against the Giants?
Yes.
I mean, why not? Why not?
Woo, woo.
No.
Any questions, anybody? Any questions?
I'm not even looking at the fantasy.
He is like a bullet.
There you go.
He is like a bullet.
And his height plays a factor because he's short. He's short and nimble, and none of the guys can't get a grab on him.
Texas Brian, would you say that you're nimble and short?
I'm a juggernaut. I have a juggernaut physique.
I'm not doing
Are
this.
you agile? Would you say you're agile?
Agile, no. I'm just a freight train, full speed ahead.
Okay. When's the last time you had a good burger? That's what I want to know. Okay, so we're back. No, everybody agrees. He is one of the most. He might be rookie of the year this year. He has the potential. He has the chance.
That's a good call. James Conner of the Cardinals against the Bengals.
Yes.
Based on everything that you were just telling me, I've got no debate against this.
Yep, 12 points per time.
Matter of fact, the question that was asked earlier, that was from Adam Lovett.
12 points projected, where last week he only had 5.6. So, yes, start.
How do you pronounce his name? I want to hear you guys pronounce, because I have a hell of a time pronouncing his name.
James Conner.
Say it again.
James Conner. Why?
No. Before that.
Oh,
Devon
Shane. Yeah, Devon Shane.
Yeah, see, I've heard it several ways been said.
Oh.
Yeah.
People need to get off the
See, the last name I've heard announcers saying Archie.
Okay, we'll Google it later.
All right.
Conner against the Bengals, no debate.
Anybody in the comments tell us how to break it down? We'd love to know.
I'm rolling the dice on Breece Hall against the Broncos.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that because like I'm like in my other NFL league.
Yes.
I mean, pretty much I'm starting Raheem Mostert, David Montgomery, and Jonathan Taylor.
Hmm.
But I have Brees Hall on my roster as well, and I was debating about that. It's like, do I bench Mostert? Do I bench? I mean, Jonathan Taylor. That's his coming back
You
party.
said Mostert, Taylor. Who was the other one?
His
David Montgomery, and they're going against Carolina.
his projected he's got
I go
11
with Montgomery, buddy.
points, and last week he had 6, so I would say start against the Browns.
Here's the thing with Brees Hall. He hasn't had too many breakout games. I don't think he's got touchdowns.
I think David Montgomery is going to be one of the major stars if he can stay healthy.
Well, he exploded last week, 3 touchdowns.
I know, but he's getting the crap beat out of him every game.
Yeah. A lot of these guys take a hit. And Brees Hall, he's had prior injuries. Right now, you want him, but if he goes down, you're going to be mad.
Yeah.
You're going to be mad. He's had 2 good breakout runs that I've seen this season.
I mean,
And
yeah, because like that's my other NFL league. That's the only one I have Brees Hall in. So, but yeah, Jonathan Taylor, David Montgomery, Raheem Mostert. I mean, I those are heavy hitters.
Yes, they
David
are.
Montgomery, I think is one of he's the old style back, what I call like a hammer back.
Yes.
You know, the guys that can't walk anymore, that kind of back. You know,
I got you.
You're
you
wrecking.
guys
ball
remember
runner.
Earl Campbell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? Like he would carry people.
Yeah.
Literally on his back. He would truck.
And then also too, if he in his way, he just tuck his head down and he bulldozed right over you.
Yeah.
That's
He'd
it.
truck you. I think they called that truck. He'd truck right over you.
Truck right over you. I would start
He
him.
came in like a wrecking ball.
Good Lord.
Oh, man.
Brian Robinson.
Karaoke is what night, Tony? We can get Brian.
Fridays on airtime. Brian Robinson. Bears. I don't know about this, y'all. Now, what's the game we had?
I'd start him, Tony. He's got a projection 12 points compared to 4 points.
Wasn't
last
this Thursday night's game? Wasn't this Thursday night's game?
Yeah, this was Thursday night's game. Yeah.
Oh, it was okay. So
Yeah.
So, what did he do Thursday night? Would be my question.
He only had like maybe 2 or 3 solid runs, but the
he
other
only had
ones
10
were
yards rushing total, 10 yards rushing, 4 receptions.
Gotcha.
So yeah, okay. This is last Thursday. Yeah, if I would have known, this is after the fact. So he didn't par up to what his projections was. So he was low. I'm sorry.
He was low against the Bears, and that's what I would have said. I wouldn't have known about this personally.
Yeah.
I would not, because the Bears are known for defense, in my opinion, and the Commanders are known for messing up a point spread like Auburn football in college. Yeah, I said it. If you need a deeper option, because Edwards of the Ravens against the Steelers, yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. Saints are a question mark now. They're one of those on and then off again teams.
You said the Saints.
I mean, Gus Edwards though. I mean, they're kind of like in a hurt locker, but they have Melvin Gordon and Kenyon Drake as really they really should have Gordon and Drake work that backfield and let Edwards and Hill rest.
I tend to agree with you. They talked about that last week.
Yeah, because I had Gus Edwards and he got taken out with a concussion, so it's like, all right, you know what? Let him chill. Hill's got an ankle injury. Let him chill. Just go ahead and just let Melvin Gordon and Kenyon Drake run it, because you have your power and finesse. You have your power runner and you have your finesse runner, and on top of that, Kenyon Drake is lethal in the backfield when you throw to him. The man has got hands.
Brian, I want to ask you a question, and it pertains to football, so don't worry. The backs nowadays, okay, is it one of the easier positions to fill, like in draft?
No,
you don't think so?
Because you have to look at the type of defense that they're going up against, and then on top of that, how the offensive line is going to play out, how the offensive line is, how the quarterback is.
Okay. The other question I want to ask you too is, do you think, and Rich and I argued about this in the back room earlier.
Discussion. I don't argue, Michael. I just discuss.
I just win, Michael. I just win. I'm no loser here, brother. Okay, so Brian, do you think the longevity of these backs, right? They're getting paid less now. They have less quality of life later. They have more concussions. If I was a player and I thought I had a chance to be a receiver instead of a back, I'd stay the hell away from being a running back now. Is there any truth in that? Now, I know the way you and I are built, we're more like running backs. You're more like a fullback, though, right?
I'm like a fullback tight end.
Yeah. Okay. Tony, leave it.
Oh boy,
Leave it up there.
But
Tony, leave it up there.
To your point, I think it's more dangerous as a receiver than a running back. With a running back, you're dealing with the line, so that's your only battle. So if your offensive line is good, then you would have less of a worry versus a wide receiver, because once you go for the ball and you're up in the air, you're defenseless, and if you get hit, and how you land is how you land. So to me, in my opinion, I think it's more dangerous as a receiver than a running back. Running backs should get paid more, though.
Receivers,
the
though,
running backs, running back. So you got the same running back in for a series. They're going to get, I know where I would have to agree a little bit with, even though I think the receivers take harder hits and stuff, is that continuous bound the running backs, and I think that's what you're pointing to, Michael, as far as that goes. The constant pounding. Look at George. Look at Riggins of the Washington team. As far as that goes, I love watching him. He was in there, boom, boom, getting those 3, 4, and constantly, and he'd be in there for like 5 or 6 plays. That's a lot of hitting. So I could see your point when the situation is that aspect. The running backs, they don't stay in for consecutive runs. They switch them out a lot and stuff like that.
Football is dangerous, right, Tony?
of course.
Do you feel like we hijacked your show?
No, I wanted the conversation.
Okay.
I did. Siddums. They say sit Ramondre Stevenson versus the Saints. I got no debate against this. The picture look ridiculous.
I don't have no. I don't yeah, because the problem with the Patriots, it's been like this for like the last few years, because they have so many running backs. It's a carousel. You don't know who's the official starter, because one guy will go out there for 2 plays, and then another running back would go out there for 2 plays. It pissed me off because at one time I had Sony Michel when he was with the Patriots, and they had him as a starter, but then all of a sudden they switch it out and they put what's the other guy? He used to play for the Texans now, but he was in the backfield. But then all of a sudden you had I can't remember the other guy now. But it was just a running back carousel. So all the fantasy numbers were very inconsistent, and it's frustrating. So with the Patriots running back core, yeah, I sit them all down, because it's just, you don't know. And plus, Patriots are just Patriots.
They look abysmal right now. I thought they were going to be better than where they are, and I don't know what it is, but they look ridiculous. Najee Harris of the Steelers against the Ravens. I'm not sitting Najee Harris personally.
But Tony, right now, almost any team should be able to beat the Saints.
Right now,
Saints, the Saints have, yes, a great defense. They do, but right now with their offense, it's not the best. And even, with Derek Carr, they had a chance, but many consider him to be a middle of the pack quarterback. I think he's got a great arm, and he's good on the deep ball, but he's another guy that's getting older.
Dad, we're only gonna go out and come right back.
We're negotiating here.
the Saints do not look like they're supposed to. Alvin Kamara spoke on it last week. I think they need to be better, but I think they got to get themselves back together. They got a quarterback issue.
The Saints, I could say I had high expectations for them, but they're an on again, off again team here as far as the consistency with their, but we'll see how the season goes with them.
We see. And I'm going to go back to Najee Harris and Steelers against the Ravens. I know what they said about the Ravens last week. I know what I read about them, but Najee Harris is one of my running backs of the future. I cannot do this. I cannot do this. Najee Harris should be
Is
looking
this a sit him or a start him?
this is sit him.
Start this.
They say
No,
start
they
him.
say sit Najee
Sit him.
Harris.
Why?
Sit him. I would start him.
Why would
Because
you
it's
sit
still our
him?
best game of the season, but it was just 11 fantasy points. He outscored his teammate Jalen Warren 11.5. He was outscored by Jalen Warren, who continues to hog the pass game usage. Warren has out-targeted Harris 22-2. See, they're giving Warren the ball more than Harris. That means Harris has to rely on groundwork, and the Ravens have allowed just 85 rushing yards per game. The running backs, they have now given up a rushing touchdown to the position, and Harris has yet to score one. That's the problem. The floor is low and the ceiling does not seem to be much higher right now, especially in this matchup. I do not have him on my fantasy teams, but if I did, I'd be trying to get him up out of my lineup. I'm not. I am not. When that dude gets the ball, you better move.
The loyalty.
Well, I know what I saw in college.
Yeah, but you're not bringing up how awful his support team is right now.
They're not talking about it, Mike. And if you don't know anything, when I read these narratives, they don't emphasize that with Steelers. Let's be clear. Steelers running backs get numbers. Why is he not getting any?
Oh, yeah. That's
because
true.
the line is not what it used to be. It just isn't.
If
you look at statistical data right now, Pittsburgh on both sides of the ball is not great.
That's the problem. But they don't talk about that.
And they're sporadic. Like with certain opponents, they do better than others, and you're going to see that with all the mid teams.
So why did that happen after they drafted him when they were there before they drafted him? Is my question.
If they had him, say, I don't know, let's say with a little better team, okay,
yes,
like a top 10 team,
right?
Even if he was in, say, Tampa Bay, he'd have a better chance.
He was in Tampa, he'd be Hall of Fame right now.
But people don't realize these backs need a really good line. Oh my God! If he was in Detroit, he'd be unbelievable.
Barry Sanders didn't have much of an O-line, did he? And he looked ridiculous. He was out there.
Yeah, but he was superhuman. He was very much like Brian Texan.
There you go.
Superhuman.
I can't. Jahmyr Gibbs of the Lions versus the Panthers. They say sit him. Why? Oh, because
there's rumor he's hurt.
Jahmyr Gibbs?
Yeah, I heard he's not 100. And they're not saying that, but you know what I mean? You have that speculation where I think by the fourth week now, everybody has some element.
So right now they recommend that you don't start him at this moment. So he may be hurt. Plus David Montgomery's getting the ball. There you go.
It's like Rich and I. We wake up every morning and there's a new ache and pain.
Not just you two. Trust me.
Not of late, Michael. That's for sure.
No.
I'm doing great.
How do you feel?
I feel great every day.
How's the plumbing? Is the plumbing?
Oh goodness! Recommend Miles Sanders against the Lions.
Just saying, because it's the retirement that I'm 6 months into my retirement here, Michael. So maybe it's just less. I have the less stress. I don't have to put up with what I had to contend with in the leadership capacity that I had back in the day.
You have more joy.
Oh yeah, every day. Yeah. Oh my God, every day.
Yeah, so we need to get that for Tony.
Miles Sanders.
Buckets of joy.
He's not getting the numbers, and he's going up against the Lions. I got no debate against this. Anybody?
Set him. Yeah.
Yeah, set him.
Lions. They're tough defense. Tough defense. I'd say set them.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, running back recommendations for Week 5 and the quotas for NFL.com for the 2023 season. Whew, Lord have mercy. That was crazy.
Was it good crazy, though?
It is always a good crazy. Absolutely.
Okay. Was it entertaining? I wanted to hear more about Rich's plumbing, but life goes on.
No, it's not that type of show, Michael.
But Tony's all about the free flowing.
We have to keep the PG, sir.
I am. Tight ends. Start Darren Waller.
Stop.
Start Darren Waller against the Dolphins. Would you start a Giants tight end against the Dolphins? I wouldn't.
This doesn't sound right. Okay.
That way either. I wouldn't start Darren Waller against. I don't like Darren Waller as a tight end. Look at the team he's on.
Let's
look at the team he's on, and look at the team he's up against. Dolphins are middle of the pack against tight ends with 181 yards, 2 scores allowed to the position through 4 weeks. That's partially a product of who they faced. I agree. As Hunter Henry is probably the best fantasy tight end they've gone against so far. Regardless, the Dolphins are going to put up points against the Giants defense, which means New York will be in catch.
His numbers are not good, so I don't know why they want to say start him.
They say give him a shot because the Dolphins give up a little bit, and they got. I'm skeptical on this one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I am too.
I would start him.
I'm a Giants fan too.
I'm skeptical on this one. Brian, what you think?
Yeah, I'd set him.
I would.
No, well,
I wouldn't sit him.
You
wouldn't so?
Nope. No,
no. Well, yeah, Darren Waller's a very good tight end.
If you look at the quarterback issues there with the Giants, so
Yeah, with the Giants.
I'll probably like if you're like 2nd and 1 or 3rd down and 4,
yeah.
I would use Darren Waller in that instance.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I have to sit him. I ain't gonna lie. Tyler Higbee of the Rams against the
I don't think they're going to sit him, and I think he's going to do okay.
Yeah, no, he'll play. These are starters. They say start Tyler Higbee of the Rams against the Eagles. I think I would. I think I would. Brian, Mike.
I mean, Philadelphia has a really good defense.
Again, believe it or not, Philadelphia right now is ranked higher than usual. They're struggling as well.
Okay.
The Eagles are not. You know what? The Eagles are not playing their best game. This is one of the great things about teams that are stacked, though. You can play a B game and still find a way to win.
Right.
But also too, case in point with what I said before with Darren Waller, if you just keep it short to where you only need them, like a pass, like if you need a 4-yard gain or whatever, that's where Higbee would be most beneficial.
Yeah, but his projected he doesn't have very high projected fantasy football points there. From what
I just got breaking news, gentlemen. Yeah. Amon-Ra St. Brown is out today.
Oh no!
What? No, man.
He's hurt.
I'm looking at the.
Who's that again, Tony?
Amon-Ra St. Brown, wide receiver for the Lions.
Oh,
I have him on my other league.
That is a blow. This is a Blix league. I got him on my roster. That's going to be a blow.
Yeah, I have a bench, but he's in. Yeah, I have him bench. Okay,
all you fantasy football.
So we're back to Tyler, right? We're back to. Are we still on Tyler?
Yeah, Tyler. Yeah, go ahead.
So again, Tyler is 30 years old, right? So he's getting up there. He's in the same boat as our dear friend Travis. And when you're getting older, there's a greater chance of wear and tear. It is becoming more and more of a game where the tight ends are a huge part.
Absolutely.
And that's how the game has changed. What would you think, Rich?
Well, tight ends, who we've seen so far, their fantasy football projected points aren't that great. And if you look at their actual playing stats and stuff, they're not monstrous. Other than they highlight Kelsey there, as far as these other tight ends, they're not of Kelsey caliber as far as the numbers. So from a fantasy football aspect, and that's how I'm looking at it overall, they're good. Like Brian described, a situation where you need that tight end on the 2nd and 3rd down and stuff like that. But overall, from what I'm seeing, these tight ends where they say start them and sit them, they don't have numbers that I'm looking at that pounce at you. Okay, they may be great players in their own right and stuff like that, but with the data I'm looking at, it's like it's a toss up as far as tight ends, unless you have someone up Kelsey or some of the famous tight ends in the past. They're not as prominent. How many top tight ends do we have that you could name? Really top end playoff Super Bowl, other than Gronk. He's the last one that I can think of that really made a difference in the game.
Some of the guys right now it's Kelsey, Kittle, Andrews.
Yeah. Okay, there's a few right there.
But
I will throw
here's the
Clifford there. I will
but here's the
throw,
funny thing though. Here's the funny thing
Hang
though,
on.
because like
Yeah.
right on the ESPN, like George Kittle, he's projected at 5 on ESPN. Travis Kelsey's projected at 11.
Yeah.
Um,
And they might
Jake
go over
Ferguson
Ferguson.
at Dallas is projected at 6.
Yeah.
Zach Ertz is a very good tight end
Yes,
as
he
well.
is.
He's projected at 6. And that's just by opponent on my ESPN league, and then on ESPN, Mark Andrews is listed as 8, projected at 8. Kyle Pitts 5. Gerald Everett. Oh, they're on a bye week. Cole Kmet was projected
Cole
at 6, and
Kemet is
he's
going
at 10.
off this season. He is having an outstanding season.
So, yeah, it's. I mean, there's very good tight ends, but it's just play calling.
Exactly. No debate there.
But I mean, but then whenever you come to a crucial point where you're like 2nd and 4 or 3rd and 1, even though 3rd and 1, they would like most of 90% of the time or 95% of the time you're going to go with a run, but you also have a big body tight end that is like your best friend that can like run a cut, boom, there's your first down.
Yep.
The other thing I'm noticing too is in the red zone, tight ends are being used more.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Short pass.
Yes.
Right, especially the taller guys.
Short pass.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. So
quarterback's best friend.
yes.
Sure.
How does someone become your best friend? Texas, Brian. How does that happen? How, tell me. Is there a manual that you can buy? $14.95. How to be
Don't answer that. Don't
Texas
answer that.
Brian's best friend.
We are
Just
going
get,
to
get,
keep it
get
going.
creative on a
shipping.
get creative on a cheeseburger, then we'll go from there.
All right.
Dallas Goedert of the Eagles against the Rams, gentlemen. This is another
How we
good
doing?
take.
It's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag as far as because the
I'll be right
numbers
back.
aren't showing. So I think this would be a player. Yeah, I guess I'd have him in there for what the scenario Brian put and stuff like that. So I'm not too impressed with any of these tight ends that they're presenting here in this article.
Well,
As
here's
far as
what's crazy. Dallas Goedert is a decent tight end. It's about who he's up against. And that could sound cliched as it wants to, but you just got to watch how they get in the ball, who's giving them the ball.
Well, I think it could be any team on the other side. The numbers that I'm seeing fantasy football wise, and they look at what they did last week as far as the data, that they're not impressive as far as what I'm seeing. I just scrolled through all of the stardoms right now,
Yeah.
and there's no numbers that pop out.
You know why? Because tight ends are being targeted.
What's that again?
I think tight ends are being targeted. Tight end became a real good position
Oh,
for everybody in fantasy football. So tight ends, I think, are being targeted.
The one thing you're not bringing up, Tony,
Go
is
ahead.
is the chemistry between the quarterback
And the tight end.
and so when you have Travis, what Travis does is he makes up routes. He's out there making up routes. He's doing weird stuff. If the one thing crashes, he's doing. And if you have chemistry with someone that you know is going to be able to bring it down. The only thing I noticed
Brady
with Travis
is another example. Brady and Gronk. Gronk was always there for Brady.
Yeah,
always. He was a big dude too.
Yeah, but in the end zone, it's really hard to beat.
Tight ends are great for the red zone, great for the first down, great for the short pass.
Yeah. You know, or third down, and you need 6.
Yes.
Because most likely they're going to be able to grind maybe 2 more. They're also going to be able to take the hits that Brian was talking about. Brian, did you go refresh?
Yes. Oh no! I had to make a pit stop.
There were a couple women in the comments just wondering where he went and why he hadn't called. Okay.
Too much. I don't know about Dallas Goedert against the Rams. Man,
I'm still here, Carmen.
I will say that. Ooh, wow! I will say that that Rams defense with Aaron Donald is the issue. Eagles not being 100% for what I've heard from last season. If they recommend this, okay, we're gonna give him another shot. Not a problem. Jake Ferguson, we just brought his name up against the 49ers. I don't know about starting him against the 49ers. Whew.
I would.
Against the 49ers?
Yeah, I would too.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Because Trey Lance knows how that defense
That's
operates.
a fair point, and I want to thank you for that. That's a fair point. Jake Ferguson is a great tight end coming in for Dalton Schultz since Dalton Schultz isn't there anymore.
Because Dalton Schultz is a
Yes, he is.
Texan.
But against the 49ers is my biggest concern. Now, this is going to be a monster game right here. This may be, I would pretty much take the under if I was a gambler on this game.
And he's heavily involved in the red zone.
Dallas' defense can slow down that San Francisco 49ers offense, and I dare say vice versa. This should be a low-scoring game, in my opinion. I owe apology to my man Addison from the Vikings earlier. He's a wide receiver, and I did compare him to running back, so I looked crazy. Let me go ahead and fix that error for the record.
But let's talk about Jake just for another moment here.
Go.
Jake he's a beast.
Yes, he is. Me and Brian
He's
talked
a
about
beast.
it. We talked about it 2 years ago, Brian. Remember that?
And he loves the
Yeah.
game. Do you know what I mean? That you can tell that it's the same right now with Sam Laporta. Like there's another guy that loves the game.
Yes.
You got to remember that there are a lot of individuals that do, these sports, and they don't have the love for it that other. I think that's the difference.
You also got a lot of guys who haven't had a chance to break out yet. And Jake Ferguson,
Yeah, and
Dalton Schultz, had him on a sleeper league as a backup tight end in the event that Dalton Schultz got hurt. So right now, both of them have time to shine.
I mean, also too, like in week 2 when Dallas played against the Jets and the Jets defense.
Yes.
So he had 3 receptions, 11 yards, 3.7 on the average, 1 touchdown, and he was targeted 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
So against a tough defense, Jake can perform.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. If you need a Dalton Kincaid of the Bills against the Jaguars. Now, I don't know what their numbers are looking like right now. Rich, do you still have the game pulled up?
Bills, Jaguars have it. 3 minutes left. It's still 11-7.
Ooh.
And the Jaguars are second down. Where are they at here?
So far, Dalton Kincaid, he has no points.
Yeah, no points. No, they're not. They're just maintaining status quo right now, but the Jaguars are pushing down the field.
Gotcha. So right now, he was a deep option if you have ran out of options, but it's
not 2nd and 2. They're on the Bills' 40-yard line.
Gotcha. So they recommended it, but it's not looking good. Sit him.
No, he's not doing anything. Yeah, this is a very defensive game right now.
Gotcha. This recommendation for sitting, I kind of want to agree with based on Texas defense. Brian, this one's all yours. Go for it.
Oh, yeah. Some Texas defense, yeah, because the defensive core has always been good because they're all about I forgot how D'Amico Ryans described the swarm.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Hang on 1 second. Swarm. I cannot spell today.
You get it. You got too much barbecue sauce on your fingers, huh? You've been barbecuing a lot?
Not
Smoking?
not
No? Really? Oh, okay. I figured you'd be grilling up a storm.
Yeah, I forgot what how he said what swarm meant. But basically it's just having smart decisions and everything, but still just focusing on where the ball goes. So he's pretty much got the Texas defense, he's pretty much got him on lock.
Yeah. Again, I just said I've looked at the stardoms and the situms on the tight end. All their numbers are about the same as far as projections. So it's going to come back to what you say. Okay, they may not have a good game, but you never know. They might be one of those. You got gut feeling. This guy, even though it's the preliminary they're not going to do much. They might, depend on the situation of the game. So the tight ends this weekend, or this week 5, none of them, the stardoms or the situms, are really. They're just average and stuff. So.
Right, you've been saying it. Did we lose Mike?
Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
I found it now. So how D'Amico Ryans has that swarm mentality, meaning he wants it finishing every play with bodies around the ball.
Right.
Basically, with all the defenders piling up on the ball carrier. So it also means for having special work ethic and relentless mindset.
Okay.
from physical to mental preparation to reviewing the past week's game, the Texans want to be more aggressive, focused, and fearsome than everyone they face.
Gotcha. Did we lose Mike?
No,
there he
he's
is.
here.
Okay.
He's
Gotcha.
here. The beauty
Um,
of the man.
Jesus.
We're right here.
I would sit Kyle Pitts against the Texans. Actually, you know what? No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I'll chance him again this week. I see the narrative. I will still chance him. Sit Hunter Henry of the Patriots against the Saints. I've got no debate against this one.
Nah.
I've got no debate against this one. The Patriots look discombobulated.
They're lost.
They just look. Belichick was looking mad last week. That's not good.
That's an understand. I've never seen his face so concerned.
That's
oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
He's embarrassed. He's
Unless
embarrassed.
they're going to break
Yeah.
out and do some
True,
of the
Michael,
madness
true.
with that Saints discombobulation as well. I've got no debate against this one. Shigozim Okonkwo against the Colts. Yeah, I think I might have said him. I've been trying to keep him on. I've been trying to keep my eyes on him. He's not doing nothing, but it's still early in the season. The Colts look like they're trying to pull themselves together. So I've got no debate against this one. Gentlemen, your thoughts? Okay, y'all don't have one.
No, just
I mean, again, it's Tannehill, man. I mean,
I don't know what it is.
it's Tannehill, dude. I mean, like DeAndre Hopkins, I had high expectations. I was like, cool, D Hop, and then that would give Ryan Tannehill like a good motivational boost. But Ryan Tannehill is just lost now.
We're going to see Cole Kemet against the Commanders. Now, Cole Kemet went off last week.
He went off Thursday night. Yes, he did.
If this game was Thursday night, I did not see his numbers. Actually, you know what? He did do good because I got him on one of my squads.
He had a close call. There was like one play where he caught the ball, he got hit and he fumbled, but then he was able to recover the fumble.
Yeah, he got 5 yards, 5 receptions, 42 yards and a touchdown, which those are low numbers, but they count. He's double digits. I had him. I would have chanced him this week, so I'm glad I did. And this was Thursday night's game, just for the record. All right, those are your tight end recommendations for week 5, 2023 season, of course, NFL.com. We've done wide receivers, running backs, we've done flexes, we've done tight ends. Let's see if I can find the QBs real quick.
Well, hear me out for a sec. We're at right now over an hour.
Yeah.
And you know these things, if you go too long,
I'm fine.
People lose interest. You almost.
You know what else they're going to do with us, Mike? They're going to go back to see if we knew what we're talking about. That's why I do it.
Yeah,
they'll go back to see if we knew what we're talking about.
The replays and stuff.
And what I do is I leave this up. If anybody wants to analyze the weekend and see our interpretations, that's why I got no problem with it.
Do you ever go through the rankings of each?
What I do is go through the recommendations for each position, and then I normally do the commentary afterwards because I want to show what they have, and I can throw my little 2 cents in during. And then, like in the beginning, when I asked people what they felt about last week and what we remember, I can't remember half of it. I need to start making notes about this because I meant to do that last week, but I got.
I have noticed a pattern though when you have us 4 together.
Yes.
A show that should be an hour is now 3 hours of power.
Well, here's the crazy part. I said I want to do commentary afterwards. You ain't stopped since, but I love it.
Hey, Tony, I think the quarterbacks are under that stardom and.
I got them pulled up.
Quarterbacks to the bench. Is that?
Yeah, I got it pulled up. It was the 2 Pro Bowl ones.
Okay.
I got it. They recommend starting Anthony Richardson against the Titans. I got no debate against this.
I love him.
Yeah,
absolutely love him.
I'm starting him.
I got no debate against this.
Yeah, I love his story. Period.
I don't even know what story.
Oh my God, he's so young, and he was considered so green, and he wouldn't be ready for at least a year or two. And anybody who was taking him, it was like taking a chance, and it was like a lottery ticket. He has proven that he's worthy. The problem with him is I think he's trying to do everything.
He is.
When you're the quarterback of a team, you're supposed to be able to do everything. That's part of the job. That's the pressure.
He's already had a concussion, though, buddy.
2 concussions.
2?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
His projected points is 19, almost 20. Last week, he had 200 yards passing for fantasy football points, 29.
200 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, ran for 56 and an additional score. The man's a beast. Get him on your roster.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's
yeah,
against the Rams. The Rams.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, yeah, because in a nonsensical league, I'm starting Anthony Richardson and I have Michael Pittman.
Oh,
There you go. So you're good. Kirk Cousins against the Chiefs. They're recommending this.
Why not? You got nothing else
Coming
to
off his
lose.
worst game of the year, but he still threw multiple passing touchdowns for 4 straight weeks. And worst game means his first this season with fewer than 340 passing yards. I think I will keep him. This is why Ted wants him for the Jets.
I
This is
I think Kirk is going to be phenomenal today. I think it's going to be a very entertaining game. I really do.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to check this game out if I got it. CJ
Yeah.
Stroud of the Texans against the Falcons. Are there any questions?
He's phenomenal.
I have no question.
He's phenomenal.
I have no
Yes.
question. None. Zero.
Yeah,
He's-
do we have
he's-
any Atlanta fans here?
he's
I
he's
live in
proven
that
himself.
region, so I should be. I do get those games. CJ Stroud is doing the damn thing. Win or lose, he's going to do
And-
great numbers, and you
He
want
still
him.
has not thrown an interception. That's insane.
He has thrown for the
Yeah.
second most yards ever by a rookie through 4 starts, and has yet to throw an interception, just like Mike said, just like you just said.
Yes. Yes.
And last
Yeah.
week, this is true. Last week, the guy that writes this article said you want Stroud in your roster. Hopefully, you listen to that part. If so, go ahead and slide him into your starting lineup. He has top 20 fantasy points in 3 straight games with multiple passing touchdowns in each of these contests. The Falcons have been stingy to QBs, but they bring pressure at a below-average rate. Stroud has been playing too well to let this matchup scare you away. So absolutely, they said last week if he pulls through last week, roster him for the rest of the season.
yeah.
That
His
is exactly
projection
what
is
they're
17. He's been fairly consistent on his points there between
Yes.
17.
So
and 20.
far, he's looking like rookie of the year. So far.
Oh,
Yes, he
yeah,
is.
yeah,
Yes, he
that's
is.
true, Michael.
So
Very good
so
point.
far.
It was going to be
The other
between
thing with
him
him,
and the guy that got drafted to Carolina. What's the quarterback of Carolina?
Bryce Young.
Thank you. It was between him and Bryce Young. One of those two were going to be the breakouts this season. And right
Yeah.
now with CJ Stroud, I agree with that. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
it's okay. It's your show. CJ, number one, is super religious.
Okay.
Super. Everything is because of the hands of God. And he is another person that is very grounded for his age.
Yes.
And the other thing is he doesn't expect the accolades of others. He says all the time, look, 1 week you're a hero, the next week you're a zero. You have to have that inner compass to be able to keep doing it. And
So
no
he
matter
sounds like a Houston Texans improved version of what Brian wants from Tim Tebow. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's funny, but there's truth there.
Yes.
There's truth there. And he looks so seasoned. Like he looks like he's been in the league 2 to 3 years. Like he's not panicking in the pocket.
No,
So
he
Brian is good at Jersey.
he roughs it.
He throws incredibly intelligent passes. And if he doesn't have a route, he throws it away. Or
There you
he
go.
goes.
So
Yeah.
right now the Texans are looking prime, is what it sounds like to me. They got a good rookie quarterback. They got a good core building. They're putting up great numbers. Maybe the Texans will do something in the playoffs this year. Let's throw that out there because they don't have much of a good playoff run. They barely have a decent regular season run. They haven't been worth a damn since my man was their running back. What's it, Arian Foster?
Yeah.
They haven't been good since he was their running back. They made it to the playoffs with him. I don't think they've seen the playoffs since. Somebody correct me on that. Check those numbers. Right now, they got a decent core being built, which they had also with Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins, but that hasn't developed as well. So we got to see how the season goes. I like what you're saying about him, so I'm going to keep my eyes on him. I'm going to keep my eyes on him.
Oh, he's phenomenal.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Jordan Love of the Packers against the Raiders. I got no debate against this.
No debate on it. I mean,
Jordan Love has impressed me this season. I have to learn to respect the Green Bay Packers and what they do with their quarterbacks. I said that at the beginning of the season because Brett Favre used to have a little bit of skepticism, then he came out. Aaron Rodgers had some skepticism, then he came out. Jordan Love, we didn't know what the hell to expect. At least I did not. And look at what he's done so far.
Yeah, he's been consistent with his fantasy football points too. So he's right up there at 17, 18 points.
Go ahead, Mike.
My prediction with him, it's not good.
Go ahead.
From what I've seen, he's a wonderful man. Yes,
Right.
great, wonderful leader. he does not have the mental discipline that a lot of the quarterbacks need. Even though he's been around a while,
Go ahead.
he hasn't seasoned into that role, and he has more tools around him than the average quarterback.
Keep going. Keep elaborating, because I want to hear this, honestly. I do want to hear this.
The problem, if you were to put someone in there like oh God, let me see. Like if you had someone coughing in the background, you okay there, buddy?
I'm fine. I'm good.
Okay, so if you had
Brian got cold.
let's say you had Baker Mayfield with that defense,
Go ahead.
you would see even more production. If
You want
you
to
had
a better roster and a better team, is what you're saying.
right,
Okay.
like people are not realizing the depth that they have with Green Bay. Green Bay is very solid, the tools they have around them. And I think a lot of it was they built it around Aaron.
Even though he was complaining about what they did put around.
Right. But it's still far better than the average.
Gotcha.
You know, Bryce Young has nothing. I wish to God Bryce Young had been on this team.
Let me challenge that. Bryce Young has a brand new team. I don't want to say nothing, but 2 seasons ago, I watched the draft. Carolina drafted a lot of offensive weapons. Their whole offense is brand new in my eyes. They drafted a whole lot of receivers.
I know, but they have the worst rated defense right now.
Right now, yeah, they used to be known for a great defense.
Yes.
So it's a swap. When they restructured the whole team after Cam, that's exactly what done. Right now, they got a whole new roster. Them and New England are kind of similar to me.
Tony, haven't you noticed, though, this year, and everybody in the room, this is not the same NFL that it was 2-3 years ago. There are such massive shifts now with unseasoned players, green players, and they're getting out of the blocks. We're talking game 4.
Listen, last season, at the end of the season, one thing I was saying is how even all these standings were. There may have been a 3 to 4 game difference between the entire league, which means all the talent is evenly dispersed. I can actually respect that. There isn't a super team. It's about what you've done together. Right now, we could say Kansas City is. We could say Miami is. As far as a super team, if somebody's got something that everybody's got, you want to watch that whole team develop and do everything they're supposed to do, and they've got all the stars on it. Cleveland has a lot of stars on it, but the hell are they doing? Quite frankly, Miami's looking great. Kansas City's been looking great. The Eagles are looking good. 49ers are looking great. Seattle's going to come up. Denver's in shambles. The Rams are they're trying to come back. The Chargers should be there. They got a lot of potential. Minnesota, it's all over the place.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
For the room, okay.
Go.
Jordan Love. Okay, if Jordan Love was with New York Jets, would they be better?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
It's his rookie season.
I think he's the same caliber as Zach. So
yes.
I don't think it would.
See, I don't. I don't think he has the arm strength that Zach has. Problem with Zach is he has not had the reps. He's not. We're expecting people to be perfection within a few games.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Not with everybody, no.
No. And the other thing is, too, we may see some of these players fall right off to the wayside that are doing well. I'm not saying Jordan Love doesn't deserve to be there, but I don't think he is as good as people are saying he is.
Here's the crazy part. I thought Zach Wilson was going to develop the same way Mark Sanchez did. Zach Wilson was okay in college, just like Mark Sanchez was when he was in college.
Brian, what do you think? Brian's being quiet. That worries me. Brian, did we hurt your feelings? Brian, did we hurt your feelings?
No.
You sure? Because Tony hurt my feelings at the beginning, and Rich, especially in the green. What do you call it?
No, don't even go there, Michael. Didn't even happen.
Well, I had to go. I got a few tissues.
Rolled right off. That's all.
I gave some self-talk.
It seems like Michael's trying to bring some of that Haps memory back.
That's exactly what he's doing. And he's also showing me what he said I used to do with his shit. I know what Mike's doing. He's having fun. I'm going to get his ass with it. I ain't worried about it. Let me see what we got. Start streamer bye-week replacement options. Daniel Jones, man. Daniel Jones did put up numbers on one game. I'm not going Sam Howell. Well, we saw what happened Thursday night. Somebody will have to check those Thursday night numbers.
Well, yeah, I'll look it up.
Yeah, go ahead. Joshua Dobbs.
Love him.
You
I
like
think
Joshua Dobbs?
he is an underrated asset.
Okay, so who was he playing for?
What do you think, Rich? Rich has got his hand up, or he's smoking.
Oh no.
Okay.
What, I think about what? What's that?
Joshua Dobbs. Who does he play for, Mike?
Oh,
Damn it.
I have no idea.
Joshua Dobbs, the quarterback for the
Oh,
Cardinals.
He's at Arizona.
Backup quarterback.
6'3".
No, he's a starting quarterback for the Cardinals.
Only recently.
Oh,
He does not have a juicy matchup as his previous two names, but his rushing ability. Oh, really?
He's phenomenal.
And
Another one that needs the reps.
Wow. Wait a minute. He's put 20 points a game in the past 3 games?
Yes. Yep.
wow.
And he can run. And he can run. He is he's the full deal.
Okay. Radars on Joshua Dobbs.
Yeah. And guess what?
What's that?
He is another one that is his mental acuity, I think, is higher than average.
Gotcha. All eyes on him. Sit him. Sit Trevor Lawrence against the Bills. What's the game looking for right now?
Update in the game. Josh Allen did an interception. They got the ball. They just got a first down here on the Jaguars 46, 47. It's first. Oh, no, it's third down. They're short.
What's the score, buddy?
The score is still 11-7. Lawrence has 23 of 34 completions, 273 yards, 1 TD. Josh Allen 17 to 28, 192. So on those standards, I would have started him. He's a good quarterback.
Trevor Lawrence
is a good quarterback. But Josh Allen just threw an interception, and that's not too good as far as being a Buffalo fan.
Because everybody got Josh Allen on their rosters, and his numbers just went down.
Trevor Lawrence is, I think, one of the best quartecks in the league.
He is underrated. He is a good quarterback. He has come into his own this year.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Sit Joe Burrow against the Cardinals. I don't think there's a debate on this one.
He's a mess.
He is.
No disrespect against any of y'all. That man's not playing.
No, he's a mess.
Yeah, he's a mess. I'm done.
He's a mess. He shouldn't even.
Russell Wilson against the Jets. I don't even have a debate against.
I want to hear this. I want to hear what Texas.
Russell Wilson. I don't know about that. I'd say Russell Wilson bandwagon, as everybody knows this year.
So right now he's 500. He's been up 2 weeks. He's been down 2 weeks. The Jets are stingy against quarterbacks. Gotcha. They limited Josh Allen to single digit fantasy points. That's a factor you need to take into consideration if you do fantasy football. The Jets defense limited Josh Allen to single digit fantasy points. You might want to take that into consideration.
That's a good point.
13.2. So the Jets defense will stop you. Period. They can pressure without blitzing. Have one of the best secondaries in the game. Period. Russell Wilson's done this game. Let's be clear. He's not going to make numbers. Matter of fact, if he does make numbers, I'm going to have to give him his props tonight. I ain't got to work tomorrow. Let me go ahead and make this clear. We can't do a post-game show if y'all want to, if anybody's awake. Tomorrow's a holiday, damn it.
It is?
Tomorrow's a holiday.
Canadian Thanksgiving.
Oh, that thing. Okay, that
It is not Canadian Thanksgiving. It is Indigenous Peoples / Columbus Day. Stop it.
Brian, every time you clear your throat, I think of that song.
No. We're going to keep it going. Brock Purdy, they want to sit Brock Purdy against the Cowboys?
What?
Purdy was a start last week and he delivered, but that game against the Giants was a favorable matchup.
Well, he's the only choice.
Dallas has allowed the second fewest passing yards this season. Nice. They've given up just 2 pass touchdowns while nabbing 7 interceptions. Facts. They also lead the NFL with 49% pressure rate, and their 10% sack rate is the second highest. There will be plenty of weeks to plug Purdy into your lineup, but this week I would go into another direction. Based on the defense, I will give them that. But based on San Francisco's offense, so Brock Purdy himself will not put up numbers. That does not mean that the offense will not. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
His points are projected or 1 or 2 lower than last week. So I don't know. I'd still start him. San Francisco.
There is no backup. He is the only choice.
Yeah.
No, they got a backup. They got Sam Darnold.
He's not that good.
Well, this is from the fantasy. If you have a better fantasy football quarterback, start him. But who's better than he is? He's performed for the 49ers.
He is the perfect fit in that offense. He would be a great fit for New York.
Yes.
But here's the thing: is how many teams have probably kicked themselves in the ass and went, he was 7th round, right? He was a 7th round pick.
Just like Brady was, 6th round.
Yeah, I think it was 7, buddy.
I think Brady was 6th round.
Brady was 6th.
Yeah, Brady
was 6th. Like
yeah,
like a 149th pick.
So both of them were bottom of the barrel picks as QB, and I understand what you're saying, Mike.
Let
And
me
they're going to
clear
work
my
harder to
throat.
get to the top. Brock Purdy actually has a lot of respect for not only his team but for people around the league, the fan base, and the media. So he must be doing something right.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yes,
He is
must be
he is
doing something.
amazing. He reminds me of Joe Montana
Already.
already.
Go for it. Go for it.
He
That's what
does.
we need to hear.
He reminds me. Now I don't know if he has the same crazy scrambling ability, but
Mhm.
he there's another guy that's highly intelligent and plays within the parameters and knows his
I think-
skills.
I
Go
think
ahead.
Brock Purdy is more like a Troy Aikman-esque.
Gotcha. Go with it. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your quarterback recommendations, week 5, and of course, NFL.com for the 2023 season. I think all we would have left would be defenses.
Defenses.
Oh, I don't see them. I don't see them.
Are we doing game predictions on this, or is this another
We can
show?
do game predictions. It's not a problem. We can do game predictions. Here we go.
Okay.
Defenses. By now, and I do say this normally about the kickers, but I can also say this for the defenses because we've talked about it quite a few times. They should be givens. Ravens defense against the Steelers, I'd do it.
Yeah.
I would do this real easy. Now, how many points they're going to put up, I don't know, but I would do this real easy. Any debate, gentlemen?
Nope.
No.
Mike?
I think Pittsburgh's going to come out on all cylinders. I think this is not going to be a walk-off.
No.
And Pittsburgh is one of those teams, they get a fire under their ass, and suddenly they look like they're good, but their ratings are absolute shite right now. Baltimore Ravens have shown, unfortunately, that there is a lack of offensive power at times.
Gotcha.
And too many people are injured. And again, we're relying too much on Lamar Jackson.
I think he's primary to their offense.
Oh, he is the offense again,
Yes.
unfortunately.
Yes, he is the offense. I'm not going to say unfortunately because it's working, but it's not getting them anywhere.
Well,
But-
OBJ was supposed to fill that gap, but
He's hurt, isn't he?
Yeah.
No. He's good to go for today.
He's a
We're good to go
question.
for that. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, he's recovering from the Kardashian virus.
I knew he was going to do that. Detroit Lions defense against the Panthers. I have no debate, gentlemen.
What is the Kardashian virus for those who don't know?
For
Brian,
any professional athlete that gets involved with a Jenner or a Kardashian, they are a change altered crazy person.
Really? He was pretty
Yeah.
crazy before that, though.
Because he was dibbing and dabbing.
What is dibbing and dabbing for those who don't
Tim,
understand?
if you can hear this, I would love to take a sponsorship. Don't worry
He's
about
dipping his toe into that Kardashian pool.
You want to sponsor the show, please?
Yeah, but
I
it
did
can't
see
hurt
in
you.
the movie yesterday
It
when I
can't
went to
hurt
see
you.
Paw Patrol. You're okay with me. I saw the kids was in there. God bless you, lady. I don't care what they're saying. I ain't got to get with you. But anybody who
I'm not
forget their opinions
disrespecting.
of Brian.
Listen, some people prefer a big booty. I get it.
So
Detroit Lions
They do.
defense against the Carolina Panthers. I have no debate. Indianapolis Colts defense against the Tennessee Titans. I have no debate.
it's gonna be a fight.
It's going to be a fight, but I would
it's
take
a
the Colts
fight.
defense over the Titans offense. I would. They already know who to go after, and that's how you stop everything. Rich, any debate on this one?
No debate. No.
Mike,
Which one are we on right now?
the one that's on the screen, Mike.
Okay, you're
Indianapolis
talking Tennessee, right?
Indianapolis Colts defense is recommended.
That's
Okay,
gonna be a good fight.
This is going to be a nail biter.
I agree.
I honestly, I think Tennessee will take it.
Really?
I'm a huge fan of the Colts. If the Colts win, I'll be very happy. But I think right now with momentum and the way it feels, Tennessee feels like they have a slight chance. And we're talking maybe like 5 to 6 points.
Okay. Go with it. Go with it. The Commanders defense over the Bears. Now, I would have done this easily. We saw how that game went Thursday night. We'll keep it going. Sit them. Sit the Bengals defense against the Cardinals. Now,
Yeah.
Jaguars just scored.
Thank you.
16-7. Yep. Yeah, it looks like the Jaguars, their home team. They're
loved. They're loved in
Yeah,
England.
they played over there.
I told you all,
Yeah.
they're trying to move the Jaguars to London anyway. That is their home field right now.
No, they're loved, and that helps when you feel the love. Well,
I
it's
think
like
the
when
Bills
I'm in here with Tony. I feel the love. How about you, Brian? Do you feel that
I think
love?
the Bills were they're the home team for this game, but the Jaguars are owning this game right now. So
Gotcha. Speaking of which, the Jaguars defense is recommended over the Bills. looking good so far, are they not?
Oh yeah, it's a defensive, and Jaguars are coming out ahead here towards the end of the fourth. That one,
But you know why, Rich?
the interception, the Josh Allen interception, that was a game changer.
Gotcha.
Rich, you know why they're winning.
Why's that?
They've been there longer.
Well, they're used to that, and they might come into that factor what you were talking about earlier and stuff like that. But it's 18-7 right now, so
No, but
Gotcha.
they've been there a week longer.
So they've been there. They're more rested.
Right, and they're
that could be a factor. I
yeah,
don't know.
'cause they were there
It'll be
last-
interesting to see if all the real talking heads, if they bring that aspect up, that we brought it here where Michael was first to state that, and I think that because they Jaguars didn't come back because they played there last weekend, so they spent that, so they had that extra time. So I think that's a good point, Michael. Very good point.
Run with it.
The other thing is too, there's not the pressures of home.
No.
Right?
No.
Where I think someone like Buffalo loves being elevated by the crowd. Like nobody's more passionate. The fans.
Well, from what I'm seeing, the fans, there's just as many Bills jersey there that I'm watching on the tablet than there are Jaguars. But I think Jaguars, the edge is that they were over there for next week. That's I have no disagreement on that at all. I think that's
so. Tony, was that real what you said earlier that they're considering having a team in England?
I've been hearing that for the past 2 seasons.
I have yet to see anything on that, but
I mean, they should
you
just
get a chance to look it up. You get a chance to look it up, Mike. Seriously, they've been talking about the past 2 seasons.
I will.
They should bring back. They should bring back the NFL Europe.
What is that?
Did it work?
For a little bit, yeah. I mean, so Mike, back in the early, late 90s, early 2000s, the NFL had a Europe. They had 8 teams.
What?
They had they had 8 teams. They had the German. Hang on, wait, let me look it up.
Okay.
Let me scroll.
Yeah, I honestly know nothing of this. Sorry.
Let me bring this back on. Brian, say that article real quick. The Rams defense against the Eagles. I've got no debate on that. Falcons defense against the Texans. I think that will be interesting.
That'll be a good game. Yeah,
that will be interesting, and that will be
game too, isn't it? Is that divisional?
That's not divisional. No.
Oh, it's not. They're not.
No,
okay.
No. So those are your defenses. Week 5, 2023 season. And of course, NFL.com. I would normally go through the kickers, but by now, ladies and gentlemen, if you know your defense, you also know which kicker to take. And based on the recommendation that we have done, kickers should almost be a given. Now, let's go ahead and shoot the proverbial, if we will. Brian, what you have dug up based on what Michael was talking about, go for yours, gentlemen, please.
So for the NFL Europe, so you had the London Monarchs, then you had the Frankfurt Galaxy, the Scottish Claymores, the Barcelona Dragons, the Rain Fire. Then you had the Berlin Thunder, and then the Amsterdam Admirals.
And what year was that?
How long did that last?
Like a season or 2.
No, it was a few years.
Did it really?
Yeah, from 95. Well, I mean, from the seasons, they look at it from 95 to 2007.
Damn.
Did they play against NFL teams?
Those were
no. Basically, the NFL it was pretty much like a developmental territory.
Okay, so they didn't play against. It wasn't a direct contact thing. It was
so
whoever
whoever didn't get drafted would either the undrafted would go to either the NFL Europe, or they'll go to Canadian, or they'll go to
so
Arena.
It was like XFL.
Somewhat.
In a sense, yes.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
And I say that then because they were their own league. They didn't intermingle the leagues. They had their own thing over there in Europe. They didn't play any of the United States NFL teams. It was NFL Europe. And they
Do you guys watch the Beckham thing at all on?
No.
Oh my God, you got to watch it. If you're a sports fan, you got to watch it.
You
want to talk about bonkers fans?
Soccer fans are bonkers. I got a problem with soccer fans.
Oh, they're hardcore.
Oh my God, it's. I thought football was religion. Rich is pretty deep in football.
Soccer,
just like watching as a fan.
Yeah, soccer's global, and those fans are off the chain.
They are rabid.
Matter of fact, some of the soccer fans I don't like in Europe. That's why I support the sport.
It can be volatile and dangerous.
Oh no, the Spanish countries too. They are like they bleed soccer.
Soccer and bullfighting.
Yeah.
I mean, because the one year I went to a game. It was like the Houston Dynamo against Monterrey, Mexico, I think.
Yes,
Man, like a lot of fights broke out.
of course.
And then in my medical career, I took care of a girl who she had a deep laceration on her head. She was cheering for Mexico, and it was like Mexico versus El Salvador. And when Mexico scored, the girl was cheering, and next you know, she said a girl that sat behind her that was rooting for the other team busted a beer bottle over her head. That is how rabid they are.
They are rabid. Eagles fans will jump you after a game in their stadium. I've been told don't go, when I was working up in DC, I wanted to go to a football game. They said don't go up there with a jersey outside of the Eagles. They
Yeah.
will do craziness.
Look at the one death we've had this year on the fan.
That was, I remember seeing that story. Yeah,
It was just
Oh yeah,
what?
the San Francisco and the Raiders.
Yeah, was
the-
that 2 weeks ago?
Oh, the San Francisco. Yeah, it was like one of their own.
there's a couple, and it's not good. The fans need to calm their asses down. I'll say it. It's a game. A fight is one.
Wait a minute. What wasn't there a Patriot fan? I
It was
thought.
the Patriots was the one
Yeah,
I'm thinking
Patriot.
about.
Yeah.
He died afterwards. So all you sports fans, calm your asses down.
Can we discuss briefly
Go.
the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelsey implementing extra followers type of thing? Can we
Yeah,
can we
sure.
get into some of the
Let's
numbers,
go.
and is that all right with you guys?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you know, Brian, about this? I want to know.
It's all
What do you know about the love affair?
I'm gonna go get something to drink.
Okay,
It's all publicity.
okay. Did you know that certain individuals have risen their influence to a point of 1 million followers on Instagram?
Yeah, Travis Kelsey's like
Right.
his stock has jumped up. His jerseys, his stock jumped up. Popularity has jumped up.
You are a football purist. Rich is a football purist for sure. Is this good for the game, or is this not good for the game?
It's not good for the game.
I don't think it does anything bad to the game. It just you got certain networks, and NBC is one that televised that last game and they constantly go to that. That's for they're trying to get the views, and they know they're the Swifties. I guess that's what they're called. They're watching the football game because they know their girl is there and stuff like that. So that's going to be anything as far as someone of that stature. Is it bad for the? I don't think it doesn't. It doesn't detract away from the game. I don't think it gives it a little bit. Okay, more news roll on the thing. But is it really a factor when it comes to football? It's not going to determine who wins or loses the game. It's not going to determine who wins. It's just another interesting thing that goes for the course of the season.
Okay, so
And I wish them both the best as a couple because this probably has a lot of stress on them and stuff like that. But it seems like they're enjoying themselves up in that box office or that box.
I think they're built, and she is one of the biggest stars in the world. So that's number one. She's also on a huge tour right now, like $1 billion tour. Now, here's the thing: imagine we just sat with Mama Kelsey, right? And we talked to her like the State Farm guy, and we got 56,000 new Twitter followers, right? You're going to have people now, they're going to do anything to be in that box or be close.
Well, Michael Ryan was in the box last week too. It's like, oh, there he is. Cool guy.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he was there. He was there. So he must have some. I don't know if that was just strictly a Kansas City Chief or if it was just a because Mahomes' wife was there and all that. So it must be the Kansas City Chiefs. So it's just an interesting aspect as far as that goes. It's just like before football season started, Aaron Rodgers started popping up at the court side of the some of the basketball games there and stuff like that. So just it's a novelty.
Would you rather meet Hugh Jackman, or would you rather sit beside Taylor? Which one?
I want to sit down in the freaking end zone with the real fans. and stuff like that. You know, Taylor Swift,
I
she's a
mean-
fan, but is she a really true fan?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, she's
She
just
might
like
be. She might be. We got women
might
out
be.
there.
Yeah, we don't know. But
I mean,
yeah,
I mean,
don't know. I'd be down. I want to be down in the. You know, I've been to enough professional sports games where the happenings is down there in the trenches with the other fans and stuff like that. The box.
I mean,
okay,
Russell
you know.
Wilson Russell Wilson didn't get this publicity when with Sierra. They're like, oh, Sierra's with him.
Oh, true. Good point, Mike. Or good point.
Brian.
That's Texas, Brian, by the way.
It is Texas, Brian.
So yeah, I mean, like Russell Wilson didn't get that media hype and all that hype when it was announced that he and Sierra are together. I mean, even Verlander with him being married to Kate Hudson, that didn't boost up his stock.
Yeah,
Buffalo
but
just scored.
Taylor Swift though has an army.
Yeah, that's the thing. She
has an army.
But
I mean,
Taylor is probably more.
J-Lo being with A-Rod, that really hurt him more than it did elevate him.
But it didn't do anything to the sport, though, did it? Nothing.
Well, he was already at that point of
that's
retirement
true.
anyway. But still, overall, like popularity, it did not help him. Even when he was a broadcaster, it did not help
in the
him.
game. Buffalo Bills just scored. It's 18-13. There is a flag on the.
So
it's still close. It's still close.
Yeah.
And the spread is pretty wide, so there's a lot of people biting their nails. Okay, so here's the thing. Think about Kiss Army, right? Taylor Swift's army is probably 4 times that.
She's country music, isn't she?
She's everything, man.
She's everything, pop, country, whatever. But
she's
mainly
from the country, if I remember.
She has a wide range.
She started out in country, yes.
Yeah.
So I saw her with my daughter, and I'm telling you, it was one of the most painful things I've ever been through.
You know,
all it was, not the music, not the music.
Wait, how was your daughter doing? Because she was supposed to be singing. How's everything going with her?
Oh yeah, that's true, Mike. Yeah, your daughter.
How's everything going with her, Mike?
But she had a voice that was like an angel.
She was good.
She's good. Okay, so so I'm there, and all I'm seeing is all these women singing at the top of their lungs or crying like they're at the Beatles concert,
like Michael Jackson concerts. Exactly.
Right. It was bizarre, and I was like,
wow, it's on that level. Wow.
And I was like, I was literally wanting to go, shut the fuck up. I want to watch the concert, but it was like, I love you.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I would be that way. I would be that way at a Janet Jackson concert or the Anita Baker concert. I would be just as bad.
I was one of maybe 5 men in that row.
Yes.
And it was just women. It was I'm not going to go there. Okay.
Go there.
No, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I'm going to leave this be. Someone might watch this and when we're all done.
The Bills, they tried for a 2-point
cancellation.
Go ahead, Rich.
They tried for a 2-point conversion. They didn't get it. The score right now is 18-13. We got 4 minutes and 3 seconds left in the game.
What is the spread on that? Can somebody look that up?
I didn't see the initial spread. The only thing we'll see right now is probably what it's been since the game started.
Wow. Tony's up on me right now.
On fantasy.
Bell Kings.
Yeah.
So we are at 2 hours, folks.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
You did.
I'm showing -5.5 from CBS, and they picked the Bills to win 30-20.
Gotcha.
So, this is going right down to the wire if the Bills get this ball back.
Yes, it will.
Michael, on the Taylor Swift concert, how much was the tickets, if you don't mind me asking?
It was insane.
It was an ungodly
insane.
amount.
It was absolutely insane.
Oh wow!
It was in Toronto. It was a lot of years ago.
No, but just the price of the ticket.
300
for one ticket.
I think it was 300 each, something like that. We were close.
Whoa!
We were close.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was about 300 Canadian.
2023, Rich. It was 2023.
And there was so many people outside selling fake merchandise.
Wow!
Like fake Taylor Swift shirts, because the shirts inside were $40 each. They were selling like crazy, and outside you could buy them for $20.
Wow! Wow.
A replica. Yeah.
Unfrickin' real.
Yeah. But it was one of the most painful things I've ever been through. Because
But you love your
I love
daughter. That's
music.
what. You love
No,
your
I love
daughter. That's why you did it.
I love
No, I know,
music.
but I actually enjoyed the concert, but there were so many morons around me freaking out. And I thought it would stop after like the first hour. No.
Nah.
This is my favorite song. I was like, get a grip. Like, and it's like 45-year or really bad singing. They're all singing along, and it's really bad. It reminded me of our karaoke. It was bad.
Dude,
Dude.
you told me not to post some things, and I told you to go ahead and post them. I apologize. I
Yes,
apologize. I'm letting
that
the
was
world
bad.
know. It was your idea to not repost it, but as you
Yeah, I was like,
repost,
let that bury. Let that bury. So are we going to wrap this up? What are we doing?
I mean, you've got a lot to say, and people haven't seen you, so you actually took this for 2 hours yourself.
We do have just
I want to let you know we got 25 minutes before the game
25
starts.
minutes before the start of the real games here.
Yeah.
I'm normally done by now cleaning up.
I would love in the future if we could somehow just do a prediction, part of it, just the predictions of the game. And that would be maybe an hour between the four.
So this is what
usually we get the predictions in before the Thursday night game, though.
This is what I've done. When Rich does his show, we do a lot of our talking because we let Rich talk. We do the comments on his show in the morning.
Can we quickly go through your predictions for today? No, I'm asking you guys.
Oh, speaking of which, let me cut you off. I apologize. Rich, I need the numbers. Put them up.
Oh, the numbers for last week. Yeah, hang on. Let me present that.
Rich has.
Oh, good. I want to hear this.
Yeah,
this is okay. All right.
Well, Michael, you're not in this week because I wasn't able to extract the predictions from your YouTube broadcast. But
that's all right.
This is week 4.
Yeah.
Okay, as far as that goes, and you can see Ted, he and myself, we tied. CBS came in, and then
that's amazing.
Tony took a dive for last week.
I don't even like saying that.
And then Tim, he's happy. I
appreciate the emphasis of that, Rich.
And then overall, this is where we said, and Brian, I know it's my fault. Brian doesn't have. I have number 2. My fault because Brian said last week, and I'll come full credit of taking the blame. Of not
you guys are doing better than CBS. That's so funny.
Well, I was lucky. Tony, he dropped a couple. We're going back and forth and stuff like that. So that may change. I'm surprised at where I'm at. Usually I'm in the cellar and stuff
Rich
like
took
that.
me and CBS.
But, Brian, we'll get just get your second pick. Send them to Tony, and Tony will send them to me. That works as far as. But we usually get the predictions in. We do have this week's. I got all our predictions in for this week.
Oh, good.
As far as that goes, and that's pretty much it as far as that goes.
Are you happy? Like this week, I think is a bit of a cluster. You know what?
Yes.
Well, I thought it depends. The afternoon games, I sucked at last week, but the late games I picked up on and stuff like that. So it's like a 2.5 day as far as that goes.
Can I do it very quickly and maybe you guys can jump in and tell me if you think I'm smoking crack. I thought the Jaguars would win today, but I'm a huge Bills fan, so if I'm wrong, I think actually the Patriots will beat the Saints if in that one is so we have a record of it. I believe the Titans will beat the Colts. I believe that the Steelers will beat the Ravens, which is really a long shot.
The Colts, you said?
Yes. So the Ravens and the Steelers.
The Ravens.
The Titans will win. That's what I said first against the Colts.
Titans.
Okay.
Well, hey, Mike, let's do it this way. We'll get you in this week's. Let me go down the list, and you tell me what you want, and I'll put it on the thing.
Okay.
Last Thursday, who did you pick between Chicago and Washington?
I actually picked Washington. So
Washington.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see.
I did not expect to see that. That was I was so happy.
You said Jags. You said Patriots. You said let's see, Jaguars, Houston and Atlanta.
Ooh, that one's tough.
Houston, Atlanta.
Yeah, that I've been kind of worried about that one. And can I go back to that one? Is that okay? I have them in front of me here.
Okay, well, go ahead. Go down with your list. Then you got Jags, you got
Well,
Pittsburgh,
okay.
Titans.
So the Giants and the Dolphins, of course, the Dolphins. Okay.
Okay.
We've got the Texas and the Falcons. I think the Texans will win there.
Texans. Okay.
I love the Lions. The Lions could play anybody, and I probably would say the Lions. So let's go with the Lions.
Okay.
I think, believe it or not, I think the Bengals will come back and win in this out of desperation somehow. I think this game between the Eagles and the Rams is going to be incredibly close, believe it or not. And I'm going to lead towards the Rams.
Okay.
Which is crazy, right?
Okay.
The Jets and the Broncos, I'm actually going to take the Jets.
Okay.
And that's more emotional. The Vikings, I think, have a very good chance of beating the Chiefs. I think it's going to be within one score, and I'm going to go with the Vikings just to be a bit of a shit disturber. I want the Cowboys to beat the 49ers beyond your wildest dreams.
No, so I'm with you as somebody as a fan of the 90s. The Cowboys and the 49ers are not going to get along based on what happened in the 90s.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys, which is, I think, a long shot, a big time long shot. And between the Packers and the Raiders, I'm going to go with the Packers.
Yes.
Packers.
And what's left?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're missing one. Was it
Carolina game, I think.
Carolina?
Is it Carolina, New Orleans? Did he call that?
Yeah, that's what's Carolina, New Orleans?
New Orleans, then.
New Orleans. Okay, let's see. That's 1.
Yeah,
2,
and they're limping, but they just have a better defense.
Okay.
So I think that'll be close. This is not a fun week to bet at all. It's because there's so many what I would say middle tier teams.
Yes.
That anybody could win. What do you think, Brian?
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Rich in the chat, that was my week 2 picks.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Brian. Very good, sir. I got them. I'll update them. And then we got Michael in for week 5 here. Then I got the list here. I'll do that after we get done with the broadcast. And I'm copying Brian's, and we're good to go on that.
Good.
Very good.
Week 4 was one of the most exciting weeks to watch, and I was so happy with the Bears to see that they finally won. I wanted them to win so bad, but logically I couldn't bring myself to doing it.
Understood. Understood. Well, gentlemen, I'm good if you're good. Any extra thoughts? Any other things you want to throw in?
So there's private chat here.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So nobody's told me to calm down or F off. This is phenomenal.
No.
I will tell you live on camera.
I know you will.
No.
I will tell you live on camera. I'm actually glad you did finally make it up here. People have been asking about where you're at when we're going to broadcast again. This is actually.
Well, I would love to do this every Saturday that I can do, but Sunday. Sorry, yes, Saturday's better for me, but life goes on.
Yeah, because like Michael has uplifted me. I will go to the store and get some American Wagyu patties, some smoked Gouda cheese, some brioche buns, and I will make an awesome cheeseburger in honor of Mike.
Okay, so if you guys have like a couple of minutes, I want to run some names by you.
Go.
Okay, okay, here we go. So, and tell me how you feel. Rush or flush, okay?
Let's go.
Anthony Robinson.
Rush.
I'll go with Brian's pick, Rush.
Okay, Michael Pittman Jr.
Rush.
Okay, Josh Downs.
I don't know who that is.
Flush.
Are these
Ryan Tannehill.
Flush.
I hate the flushing right now. I'm going to stay Rush on him. I'm actually a fan of his as a player. I'm going to give him a couple more seasons.
Okay. Derrick Henry.
Rush.
And why?
Because he's still one of the premier running backs in the NFL. Period. End of story.
Did you see that nasty stiff arm that he did last week?
He keeps those stiff arms.
Dude, he like slays defenders with that stiff arm.
Keeps those stiff arms.
I mean, when they went up against Jacksonville, that defender came up and he shoved that defender like 5 yards back with that stiff arm.
It's not even a question. Rush.
If I could interject, breaking, they both scored a touchdown. The score now is 25-20. Bills just scored, got a field goal or an extra point, 25-20 with 2 minutes left.
Appreciate you, Rich. Keep it going, Mike.
Wow, they just marched. Wow, this is unreal.
So that was Buffalo. You're saying
Buffalo just scored.
Oh, I'm so happy.
25-20, 2 minutes. They can give it if they can get the ball back. There's still 2 minutes left. There's still a lot of game left, folks.
But if you bet on that game, even if it stays there, I think you
okay,
won.
yeah. With the point spread, you're right, Michael.
Your over under just got slaughtered.
That's what I was saying. If I was betting, if it's the Bills, it can be anybody. I'm going to say the Bills. Okay. If it's here's the thing. Every week it's going to be
a lot of money being lost.
Yeah, Detroit and the Bills. I love them, so my heart votes for them. But when I was looking at the point spread, I thought, shit, Jacksonville is a smarter bet.
It's a smarter bet as a long shot. They don't seem to be as together as the Bills have been over the past 2 seasons. That's why.
And I love how people always say, and then I parlayed.
Onside kick.
Will you finish your Russia first, please? What's next?
You ready?
Yes.
You guys ready to do more? Okay.
Yeah, go.
All right. This is funny. Okay, here we go.
Smoke, what's good?
Jacksonville sucks. They're winning right now.
Okay, here we go. You guys ready? Rush or flush? We're gonna do some teams. Okay, you ready? Now what we're doing is we're predicting that they will be in the final, the 2. Okay. So Kansas City Chiefs, rush or flush?
Rush.
In the final.
Rush.
Okay. Las Vegas Raiders,
Flush.
Jacksonville Jaguars,
Flush.
Rush.
Miami Dolphins,
Rush. Right now, rush.
So you're saying to me Kansas City and the Dolphins are going to be the final?
They should be 2 of the top.
For the Super Bowl. So not the playoffs, for the Super Bowl.
Those 2 are contenders to be in the Super Bowl right now, yes.
No, I'll be say flush.
Who are you saying flush to?
Miami.
You don't think they have the depth?
I'm still sticking with my 2 picks, Seattle and Jacksonville.
Wow.
In the Super Bowl. Oh,
wow.
That's you did do that. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Seattle and Jacksonville.
You have a set.
Wow.
Does he not have a set, folks? Put it in the comments. That's a bold mother. You got it. Holy crap. Yes. Flush Miami. Woohoo. We should bring them up. All right.
He's got late to come on.
Detroit Lions.
Right now, flush.
Flush.
Okay. Okay. You guys ready? Here we go. Now it gets interesting. Here we go. New England.
Flush.
Buffalo Bills.
Rush.
Okay, so help me out here. Are we going to just say playoffs? Or are we going to say
these are teams who have the potential to be in the Super Bowl?
Okay, we're doing potential.
These are potential to be in the Super Bowl. Yes.
Okay. New York Jets.
Flush.
Rush.
Flush right now.
Even if Aaron comes back.
If Aaron comes back, we got to see it. But flush right
now. Super Bowl. Playoffs possibly. Not Super Bowl.
Not Super Bowl.
Cleveland Browns.
Flush.
Cleveland Browns.
Rush.
Flush.
Okay. Dallas Cowboys.
Rush.
Right now, rush.
Let's do it together.
Rush.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, rush.
Rush.
Dallas Cowboys. Oh, yeah. Okay.
God, it even said it tastes bad in my mouth.
It tastes bad. I don't like this show no more. Okay. San Francisco 49ers.
Rush.
Rush.
Without a doubt.
Okay. So on the top of your head, what are your top 5 picks? Ted Hicks.
It must be at the end of the broadcast.
Wait.
It's the end.
Is a baby crazy? Is a baby crazy?
Sorry for the bad singing, folks.
How's everybody doing?
We made it.
Gotcha.
We arrived.
Gotcha.
You look great, man. You look
Thank
like
you.
Superfly. You look good.
Oh, I'm talking
You like
It's a
Fred on
very
the
nice
Scooby
Under
Doo
Armour shirt you have there,
Mysteries.
sir.
You got the whole fan down there with you. That's great.
the whole fam. Hey, what happened with the London game? I just turned on my phone.
Buffalo's
him,
winning.
Rich. Give it to him, Rich. Give him the update.
No,
please.
Jaguars are winning 25-20. We got 2 minutes left. They're at the 2-minute mark. Buffalo's losing.
What? I thought Buffalo was winning.
No. I Jaguars 25. Buffalo just scored to get into 20 points. There's 2 minutes left. Jaguars on the 50th yard, and they just stopped them short.
Oh, see,
2
I
yards.
thought.
I'm
the
sorry,
Bills-
Michael.
I thought the Bills.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go cry in the corner over here for.
No,
just a
there's
bit.
still a lot. There's some.
I
They're
don't-
right at midfield right now,
Are they?
and it looks like Jaguars may win this. If something might have, they did an onside kick, but it didn't prevail.
Man.
Yeah.
It's
So is it over?
3rd and 6 with 1.5 minutes.
Come on. Ted, what are you grateful for today with your purple jacket, the royal purple jacket?
I'm grateful to be on this trip, but
Yeah.
to be able to connect with you guys, and hopefully for a great day of football. And just
Where are you
enjoying
at,
myself.
Ted? Where are you at?
Cancun.
Oh, Cancun. Okay, there you go.
Wait. Which hotel you staying at?
Hey, I can't release that on live on air. I can't do that.
Hey, Ted, while you're down there, you might be able to get in touch with Jeff.
Really?
He lives there.
He lives there.
Oh, okay. I mean,
We'll
I
see
really
how
didn't know him that well, but
If I could show you the look of the missus there, Ted. She said, "Yeah, telling you're down in Cancun," and she's just like, "Oh, lucky him."
And you're right, and you're wearing the right tent color shades too.
He looks like a
Yes.
professional athlete today. Look at that, or a musician. We're not sure.
one of the two.
Yeah,
you like the
I do. Look at
Yeah.
this Superfly.
Rocking
There
that
you
Under
go.
Armour.
always.
I'm shocked at how clear it is and how
Wi-Fi
good
in
you
the
sound.
airport. Wi-Fi in the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wait till you go through customs, though. That's a long line.
Buffalo just stopped him short. 3rd and 6. It's 4th
And
down.
it's
No way.
jam-packed.
1 minute left.
1 minute left, guys.
1 minute left. All right.
They're letting the clock go down to the time here. 24. So it'll be like 20-some seconds left. 25 seconds left for Buffalo.
Rich, were you on a self-imposed vacation last week?
No, I sent you a DM. We had to put down one of the cats there that I
Sorry
just
to hear
sort of
about that.
I just walked away for a week and stuff like that. Just we had other stuff going on, and so I'm back tomorrow morning
Okay.
and stuff. I thought I sent you a DM. You're not very good on your.
I can't access my X account.
Oh,
Cannot
okay.
access it.
Okay, gotcha. No. I just took a 1 week sit back and stuff like that, and I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow
Okay.
morning, bright and early.
Got it.
Thanks for asking.
Hey, anytime. I provided my picks, guys. I'm gonna jump off, but I just
Yes.
wanted to say, talk to you guys.
Appreciate
I'm
you,
just
man.
gonna
Thank
sit
you for
right
being here, buddy.
Tell the
Have
family we said
another beer in Mexico.
That's a good
Good punt.
life.
30 seconds left.
Okay.
Do my best. Chase
Got the
another
ball. Oh,
day.
we dropped it. Oh my God, it went out of bounds. Holy shit! It's on the 5-yard line. Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Don't be shit. It's a
Oh,
new player.
Sorry
Don't
for
be
the
shit.
yes.
That's what Ted does. Ted comes in at the end of the show.
Yeah, that's Forte.
That's what Ted does.
I like Ted. Ted's a
All
good
right,
man.
y'all, we got 7 minutes before the game starts. Anything else?
I'm done. I'm happy. I feel complete. I'm wondering what's going to happen here in the next 20 seconds, but that's about
22
it.
seconds left. They're on the 5-yard line.
Are they going to score, guys?
I don't
It's
know.
possible.
They're lining up.
It's
Let's
possible.
go, Buffalo.
Mike, I
Let's go.
appreciate you making it.
First and
People been
10.
waiting for this, man. I've been waiting for you to get up here because you've been doing your fantasy broadcast season. So thank you for joining, honestly.
Who are we talking to?
I'm talking to you. I said your
You
name.
talking to me, man? Okay. Am I here to amuse you? Hello?
Do I amuse you? All that good stuff. Rich, I appreciate you coming in. More
Thank
Morning
you.
Coffee on Twitch, ladies and gentlemen. Fireman Rich. Subscribe to Fireman Rich on Twitch. Definitely check him out. 05:30 a.m. for the most part. During the week, if you're getting up and you need something besides the radio, he's right there. He does a
What is
recap.
your favorite game today, guys? What's the one?
I have to look at them, and I'm going to see the ones that I can pick up. That's it. But Dallas and San Francisco probably has my intrigue right now at the
Mhm.
most. At the most.
What do you think, Brian?
Go for it.
Dallas and 49ers. And the only
Yeah,
and
that's
the only
an
and the only reason why is because there's a certain someone I know that is a diehard 49ers fan, and I would like to see Dallas win so I can rub it in their face because she rubbed it in my face yesterday because Oklahoma beat Texas.
But did you enjoy it?
No filter here, folks. No filter.
I
Buffalo
plead the
coughed it
fifth.
up. They take
What?
it- Buffalo coughed it up. 10 seconds left.
Coughed it
Jaguars-
up. What do you mean, interception?
They caught the ball and they fumbled and they caught it. They picked it up. Jaguars win.
Okay.
25-20 final.
All right. I am this. I
Oh my God, the Jets are playing in Denver. Oh Jesus, Denver's going to win that game.
I wanted the Bills to win, but I'm glad the Jets. Did you see that? Look like he flew.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
All right, so let me go get cleaned up for the game. Gentlemen, thank you all for being here. Everybody in the chat, I want to thank you. Sunday Smoke Podcast is in the house. Thank you for being here. Nathan H., thank you for coming through. Lady, thank you for coming through. Carmen, thank you for coming through. Sadie, thank you for coming through. Nancy, thank you for coming through. Adam Lovett on Twitch, thank you for coming through. Bernie, thank you for coming through. Awkward Turtle, don't even know who you are, but thank you for being here. And that is everybody. We will see you all next week. May be a little bit of an issue.
Okay. So
It may be a bit of an issue for me. We'll see how it goes. I will let everybody.
I have one question before we go. Was this broadcast on Twitter?
This is on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. I'm about to post it.
So you should have had me on Twitter looking at the comments.
I told you to connect your channels.
Next time.
The comments are all, well, you don't see the comments. Yeah, you are right. Yes,
See the
little boy.
comments from Twitter, Michael.
Huh?
It doesn't. The capability you can't see comments from Twitter
Right now.
on Restream.
You
Twitter
can.
does.
I didn't put
X
the,
Twitter doesn't allow the thing.
the Twitter comments don't come up. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, they don't come up.
Well, you know
So
what that
everything's
is. That's
Hey,
Elon. That's Elon.
Well,
Yeah, he's
you know what
doing
I did notice, and I will throw this out to the people. People will go
Hmm.
live. You know how the Twitter space will be on top
Yeah.
of Twitter on your phone?
Yeah.
Somebody was live like Periscope.
That's good. That's a good sign.
And Rich, I need to get with you for broadcasting Twitter live through Twitter and not through anything else. I'm seeing people do it. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but I need to find out.
Oh, that's got to be up on the paid version. So that's something you're going to look at because I don't have the blue check mark.
I have the blue check mark, so maybe
That might be an option because Elon last week he did broadcast. He was streaming a game. I watched the 45 minutes.
Okay.
It's excellent quality as far as game. So he's looking at the doing what
bringing the NFL games back to Twitter like he did, like he had before. Yes,
exactly. Yeah, he's improving the. I gotta say that the Twitter Live or the X Live is the quality is getting better than it's been, and the audio is good.
You know what? Restream here, from what I've witnessed, is quite good.
This is a go-to, Michael. You can bring up multiple people. It doesn't bog down your system, and as far as that goes, so
in many ways,
you need to look at it as far as broadcasting. I think
I'm on 5 channels right now. 5 different platforms right now.
You're all over the world. You're a man of leisure. I love it. All right, take care.
All right, y'all be good. Appreciate y'all. Check y'all.
So with Jacksonville winning now, does that kind of my point for Super Bowl, like Super Bowl contention?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah,
over the Bills, they upset the Bills.
Yeah,
this week.
Yeah, that's
You know,
enough.
they say, you know, only use edibles in small amounts. And I can see why.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go watch the game. See y'all
All
next
right.
week. Everybody take care. Catch y'all soon. All right.
Take
Peace.
care. Peace.
Good night.